grow or die. And I'll choose grow every time.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
Whenever a truth is heard, there's no going back. You are the main character in the video game of life.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim we worship.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
It's all dualistic.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down. What's up, everybody, and welcome over to our Substack. Don't forget to go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com and check out 92 podcasts. You got the Phone Booth Podcast. You got the Philosopher King. You've got Dualistic. You've got Here's the Thing. You got The Pick is In. You've got Mind of Madness. You've got Fasting Fake. You've got Detoxing the Matrix. Got Translucid. And a bunch of shit behind the paywall. You got everybody's personal page. You got our merch store here. Please check out the merch. I'm sure there's something there you'll like. Got a lot of good shirts. We design them ourselves. Fuck everybody else. So
this
if
is the
you
best one. The Fagman.
I love how someone commented on our Spotify. It said, "No one."
No
Vince,
one what?
Here's this Fagman shirt. Like no one said anything, and you're just like, here's a Fagman shirt.
One day the Fagman will become a big man. But also you can also message us offline and online. If you catch us on a stream or whatnot, you can message us over there. And then also, Ted?
Go to canambullion.com to get your gold, silver, and platinum coins or bullion, and it'll be sent to your house in a nondescript package. No one will know what it is. Comes through FedEx, most likely. And it's one of those that they do not just give you a statement. You actually hold... Oh, I got a piece, I think.
You got it there, right? You got it.
They give you physical silver you hold in your hand. Right here.
Like that shit.
Check it out. Go pick it up. Once you have a piece in your hand, you'll start buying more. They got the bullion. They got the coins. We got it all. So Go check it out. Get yourself some. I promise you, once you have it in your hands, you'll want to buy more. This is not financial advice. It's just smart thinking, because look through history. Gold, silver, platinum, all precious metals hold their value. Even if they only stay at their same as inflation, it at least hedges against inflation. So go check that out. Get yourself some. Like we said, get it in your hand. You'll feel it. You'll want it. You do not need... Can-Am Bullion. Yes, you don't need to buy from one of those places that are like, we'll hold it for you, and you get a statement every month. And then what happens when the shit goes down? You don't have it in your hand. This company sends it in your hand. If you want to make large purchases, talk to our boy Mike. He'll help you out. All right. I think that's enough.
And then also...
go to the Spotify. Vince?
Yeah, Phone Booth at Spotify. Check that out. So... should we just jump right into it or what?
I haven't watched any of it yet, so I'm just waiting.
All right, so this just got released a half an hour ago, so we're going to watch it. It's The Bride of Charlie. Everybody on the right, almost everybody, is attacking Candace and calling her evil or demonic. And there is theories that they're being paid to all mention evil or
Actually,
demonic.
should we do that first? Because it's
Yeah.
not theories. I sent you on Twitter. I mean, I guess it's still a theory, but I sent you on Twitter the list of people who were paid, allegedly.
Let's see. Here we go. A list of influencers who were paid to smear Candace Owens and call her a demon has been released. Hold on, let me make it bigger.
Surprise, cat turds at the top.
Okay, so cat turd. Verified wording, key excerpt. Candace Owens is pure evil. She's a demon straight from the bowels of hell. Notes, memo connection, strong early match, tagged in original memo. Graham Allen, that's the other guy. I don't know if you know who that
Graham,
is,
but yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a shill, the way he speaks.
Yep.
I don't buy it. So, okay, this is the timestamp. So this is like what?
Yeah, so all the same day, basically.
An hour later.
Yep, and then the next one's what? It's in a different time zone, obviously. Oh, there's 2 posts there. Okay. 12:48 to 15:48. So same day, just later. Same day, almost at the same time down. Yep.
Evil, evil, pure evil, straight up evil, demonic scum, clout chasing demon, evil
as Islam. Of course, Laura Loomer had to throw in Islam also.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan of Islam either, but she fucking goes over the top. I guess because her thing with fucking what's his name, where that's where she made herself was at the college where she pretended to be whatever, you know.
Yeah, and then Dave Rubin,
with O'Keefe,
evil.
Yep.
And then Ben Shapiro, evil.
I almost said Shapiro would have done it for free, but they don't do anything for free.
He's the one paying them, probably.
Yeah, I know. Those ones with the little hats. They don't do anything for free.
But see, there is a pattern here because they're all using evil. Again, acting like the lefties, acting like the NPCs. They're all pushing the same program, evil, demonic, evil. And that's where we can actually catch the patterns. Because of that, we can see this is coordinated because these retards are using the same fucking words.
Oh my God. I just came up with a great idea of a shirt. Thanks to Dead Game. The Looms is a trip. We have to have fucking Fruit of the Loomer shirt and have her face in the cornucopia.
Mandela effect. Yeah.
Anyway,
so okay, let's just jump into it, huh?
It looks like you're already kind of far into it. Check your time.
No, there was
the pre-roll. That's right.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Starting soon. Okay, let's go. Oh, we should have it in the penis shape, but we're okay.
Okay, you guys, there is a very strange thing happening right now where a young woman with absolutely zero professional qualifications has been inserted at the top of a charity organization that pulled in over $250 million last year. And the media is telling you that you have no right to know or to ask anything about her.
Pause it real quick.
Being made is that
everyone in the chat, let us know if you can hear it okay. I just turned it up because it seemed a little low to me. Just let us know that you can hear it. All right.
Oh, the shared screen.
her husband was murdered. Therefore, she has a right to assume the position. And despite the fact that Turning Point USA is a literal charity, and therefore it's not even have to pay tax on that $250 million plus or pay tax on the alleged future billions
Thank you, Dead Game.
due to rake in thanks to a deal with a man named Pierre. These talking heads are claiming that the public simply wanting to ensure the person who is running that organization is, I don't know, at a bare minimum, moderately honest about who she says she is. No, that inquiry makes you a monster. So I guess your job is to head to work 9 to 5.
A demon, yeah.
Receive a flurry of unsolicited emails and text messages reminding you that Charlie Kirk, the innocent man that you watched be executed in broad daylight live, you're to be reminded that that was her Charlie. My Charlie needs your help. Here's how you can give us your 401k and house. The emails have been landing into your inbox at an alarming rate, saying things like that. There's virtually nothing that the feds are telling us about his murder that makes any objective sense. But if you're feeling weird about any of that, you're reminded.
And you know one thing, this whole Christian angle, I think Erica is just using that for some reason to get these
Oh, yeah.
Christians behind her. And also, there is Christians are saying, in the Bible, they're saying protect the widows. But I actually saw one part of the Bible, Timothy something, that says protect the real widows. Something like that. The real widows. This is not a real widow in the way she's acting.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need protection then. Only
Don't
the
worry about what
real-
I'm smoking, All Star. It's just some tobacco.
He's smoking opium, man. Leave him
Yeah.
alone.
Opium. I'm Native
Yeah.
American. You can't infringe on my religious beliefs, okay?
Leave him the fuck alone.
Did constantly that she is a grieving widow. She's a grieving widow. That sentence, in my opinion, is this year's trust the science. She's a grieving widow.
Good
Mainstream
point.
media, of course, Zionists implied, are effectively telling you to roll up your sleeves and get the vaccine again, dopes. Tyler Robinson did it. Erica Kirk is grieving. Please allow her to do so in the privacy of the billion-dollar
We kind of
charity that
just
she took
said
over.
this same exact. Well, you did, Vince. You just said
Which?
this same exact thing about how they're turning into the lefties. They're turning
Yeah.
into the hive mind. Yep.
Take the shot. But instead, it's like, don't watch Candace. Instead of take
Yeah.
the shot.
Good point.
I mean,
She made it
I mean,
also.
Yeah, but Ben Shapiro, though, he pushed the jab in 2020 or 2021.
Big
he pushed-
surprise.
Yeah,
Of course, who
motherfucker.
didn't? Honestly, everybody did. Name me one person who makes money off talking that didn't.
I mean, I didn't expect a lot of people on the right to do it.
They did though.
I just remember Ben Shapiro doing it. But do you have any other that you remember?
I mean, all of them were talking about how it was safe, not pushing it like that you should do it, but if you want to do it, I understand, and you got to do what's right for your family. Like a lot of them,
Yeah.
fucking the biggest news show in America, Clay and Travis on talk radio. You probably don't know what that is, but here
No.
they took over for Rush Limbaugh. It's like the biggest fucking talk
I know
radio
him.
show ever.
Yeah,
And
I know Rush. Yeah.
I wouldn't say they pushed it, but they for sure never brought up the dangers of it and all of that. And to me, that's just as bad.
All right, let's play.
Remember when they did the 6 feet social distancing thing? They cast that spell. Let your granddad die alone in the hospital. If you desire to see your grandma this Thanksgiving, it's because you're a demon from the gates of hell. Yeah. Resist your human instincts. Obey the government. It's the same kind of messaging, the same kind of emotional manipulation, but it's a new year. Still have questions or concerns about who Erica Kirk is and why she seems to have lied many times on record? Well, you're Satan, and I'm sorry that you are. And also, I would like to remind you that you are destroying Charlie's legacy.
See how interesting this is also. She's a Christian, and then we got other Christians calling her satanic, and now she's calling them back. You see, there is no unity even within the fucking Christianity either. You know what I mean? There is no unity.
Of course
Can we
not.
just drop this shit?
There's no
just-
unity in Christianity because there's so many denominations of it. Why do you need a different name for your wing? You could just be Christian. But anyway,
Yeah.
Now, it is very important that I remind you, we haven't even said anything yet. A 2-minute trailer resulted in
too.
one of the most aggressive preemptive PR strikes
Because
that I
they
have
know.
ever seen.
you
They
don't have to pause it. I'm just saying, just because they
Yeah.
know what's coming.
posted photos of my manager's infant daughter, my makeup artist, my family
I
members.
think I've seen that.
Lots of
Wow.
voicemail from my producer. Okay. Well, this was initially supposed to be just 3 episodes. Now I'm thinking about a season 2 and a season 3. Because if you haven't quite figured me out yet or thought through how we got here, I don't like it when innocent people are targeted and attacked and on rare occasions shot in the neck in broad daylight. No one blinked when entire investigative series and books were written about Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, Meghan Markle, because they're public figures. I've effectively endured 10 years in politics with nonstop exposés and investigations into my background, but we're told Erica is somehow untouchable. Let me tell you something. The truth does not require a multi-million-dollar PR campaign. It also does not fear inspection. So welcome to
exactly.
Bride of Charlie.
What we talked
Bingo.
about. Transparency. Why are you so fucking scared? Yeah.
Vince, by the way, you're doing great.
Oh yeah.
You
With
are.
that.
You are. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Thank you.
I love how it's like the Bride of Chucky.
Where should we begin in this story? I think maybe with just a blanket statement. Something is not right with Erica Kirk.
Agreed.
And despite a most aggressive influence campaign, which at one point even included a signed letter from the Secretary of Treasury assuring us that Turning Point is above board, amazing organization.
Wow.
And despite, in addition to that, a flurry of homosexual men making over dramatic videos about sheer evil.
We just
not
watched
mass
that,
murdering.
Candace. Homosexual men talking about sheer evil. Shout out Bongino. No,
Is he gay? I mean,
he is in my
acts
mind
gay.
now, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, I don't think he is. But
Well, he's faking gay now, right? He's faking gay.
yes, exactly.
Children,
Faking
sheer
it.
evil, investigating someone at the helm of a billion-dollar company. Despite all of that, the public remains unconvinced that she
You know,
is
I just have to say this. I don't get the bad vibes from Candace. That doesn't mean I agree with everything she says, but I just don't get the bad vibe.
I agree. I don't get the bad vibe either. And I also, this is not an endorsement of her. The only person I will ever endorse is someone I have met personally and I've known long enough to know them really.
Yeah.
But just going off of instincts, she's never said anything that I completely disagree with. She's never said anything that we knew was a lie for sure, and she was perpetuating it like other people. So I'll give her that. Also, she's denies the moon landing, which is a big fucking thing. Had Bart Sabrell on her show
I think
fucking
she's a
talking
secret
about
flat
it.
earther. Yeah.
Which, what?
I think she's a secret
Oh,
flat
I
earther.
think she is. I thought you said he was. I was like, oh no, he's actually not a flat earther. He just
No, yeah.
knows me. But yeah, I think she is too.
Yeah.
She clearly has the number on Israel. Maybe she's the perfect honeypot, fucking drawing people in to, but I haven't seen anything yet that like makes me say clearly she's full of shit. And I know a lot of people's initial reaction is if someone's made it that big, they must be full of shit.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is I think that you're right 99% of the time. But I also think our only way out of this is for a real person to get big enough to affect the change. And if you think that every time somebody is big, they automatically must be fake, then when the real one does come along, you're automatically going to discount them. I would much rather just play it by ear and watch them closely until they fuck up. If they haven't fucked up yet,
Exactly.
don't attack them. Let them cook until they do, because they most likely will, but not all of them.
And who benefits from everybody thinking everybody that makes it big is corrupt? The evil ones.
Yeah.
Because then they can, label anybody as being a shill or whatever.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been taught to think that if you make it big, you're automatically corrupt somehow. That's how they taint shit. They like
I
to
had
taint shit
people
like that.
come at me when I hit 10,000 followers saying, oh, you must be a shill. Who's paying you? You must pay for
Yeah.
bots.
Yeah.
People came at me at 50. People came at me at 100. I can't imagine if one day
Wait
I
up
hit
to
a
the
million,
million.
what's going to happen then? So,
Yeah.
yes. And I can assure you, I'm real as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just a dude. So dig into my shit. I don't care. Look up my face. Find me. Find my background.
Yeah.
I have zero to hide. So,
But again, it's a very good tactic from the evil ones to just taint shit. Taint it all over the place. Taint,
Yeah.
simply a grieving widow, because she isn't simply a grieving widow. She's also the CEO and chairman of an organization. In fact, during
Chairwoman.
our
Fuck, hold on.
preparation,
We're never gonna
for
get
this
through this,
series
but
and
she's not just that either. she's also someone who's been in reality TV shows, someone who's been in pageants, someone who is in CIA videos, someone who is in another reality show. Like, she's not just, this isn't a girl who grew up on a farm and knew Charlie in high school and then they reconnected and got back together. This is a girl who did multiple things to get famous and then got hand brought to Charlie and introduced, and they get married, allegedly have kids, but no one's ever seen their faces. There's a bunch of weird shit about that too. And then happens to inherit this entire thing. And then you can't leave it at that, because then she does all this weird shit after. She fake
Remember the
cries
CIA
the tissues.
What is it, CIA or FBI? When she
Well,
was...
they're going to say it was an ex-CIA agent that was in a documentary with her. Like, yeah, we know, but that still means she has connections to the CIA if you don't realize that.
But then I also saw a clip of her somewhere on Twitter. She said something about that she's like a chameleon. She can do a bunch of different things. Like, I need to find that. But there's all kinds of shadiness with this girl. Like, listen. Remember when we said, like, just a few minutes ago regarding Candace, like, we don't get the vibe of her being shady or whatever. Compare that to Bongino. Compare to the vibe we got from Bongino. And then
Bongino seems like a cokehead fucking, like, fraternity brother.
Right?
That would fucking do. And so does Patel, by the way. Did you see him with the hockey team? That's a story for another time.
I only saw it as I scrolled. Like, he was going crazy about Olympics or something.
He just looked like a weirdo. Anyway,
maybe that's his way to blow out steam. Fuck, I don't know if he's
maybe.
Fuck, I don't know.
It's better than shitting in the street.
Maybe. Maybe he's really into hockey. You know, fuck, I don't know.
Maybe.
Investigative journalist named Elizabeth Lane went viral on X because what she authored about Erica was brilliant. It just was objectively brilliant. It gave voice to what millions of people worldwide were feeling, but didn't exactly know how to express. And I'm going to read you her words in their entirety because I think it's very important, okay? Elizabeth Lane wrote, "I'm going to be blunt. I have reached the point where I find Erica Kirk to be deeply disturbing, not because of rumors or gossip, but because of consistent, observable patterns of behavior. To be clear, everything I say in this post is my opinion. I am not claiming this is a fact. I am saying this is what I think Erica Kirk is. I come from the world of acting and modeling. I have spent years around social climbers, opportunists, image curators, and people who treat relationships like ladders. That is why I left that world. Most of these people are shallow and harmless. A few are dangerous. Erica falls into the latter category not because she is just ambitious, but because of how calculated and performative her ambition appears to be. I believe she may be a psychopath. What stands out immediately is the reaction that she provokes in other people, which is very common with psychopaths. Across the board, including people who support her publicly, the private reaction is the same. It's, I can't watch her. It's not a criticism, it's just a physical discomfort. People turn off interviews because the presentation feels artificial to the point of being unbearable. Let me explain. That kind of response does not happen accidentally and does not happen often. Research in psychology shows that humans are highly sensitive to emotional incongruence, mismatches between a facial expression, tone, and content. When the effect appears simulated rather than genuine, the brain registers it as a threat. This activates discomfort and avoidance, even if the person cannot consciously explain why. So many of us felt this way, but we could not explain why we could not watch her. Studies on psychopathy, particularly those building on the work of psychologists like Robert Hare, describe traits such as a rehearsed emotional display and shallow affect. These traits can create what observers experience as an uncanny interpersonal dynamic. The discomfort arises and people want to shut it off because most people rarely encounter extreme affective mimicry in everyday life. So the brain struggles to categorize what it is detecting. Erica is attractive enough, and she had every tool in her possession to sell this organically, except for one thing: emotion. The entire story of what happened could have helped her sell this fully. She really would have been the last person on earth to be a suspect, if not for the FBI's terrible mistakes, Turning Point USA's lies, and her very fake performance. Plenty of attractive, ambitious women move through media spaces without triggering that response, even though we know what they are. This is about something else, an extreme disconnect between presentation that she puts out and the perceived authenticity. Erica is not the archetype of a model actress seeking money and fame and then settling into a quiet life with a wealthy, good-looking husband. She is the wolf type who wants to be in the place of that husband. She is not born for a supporting role. She's a decision maker. She appears to pursue proximity to power, moving fluidly between television, nonprofits, branding opportunities, and ideological spaces that maximize her exposure. Her previous partners are guys that women like her would date, muscular, jacked, good-looking, even though they are not people with huge potential. They are all somewhat established. They are good stepping stones until the right person shows up. Now looking at her previous partners, I would say that Charlie probably was not her type visually, but he was exactly what she was looking for in a man. Potential to be a great power. What Erica was looking for is the same thing Hillary Clinton was looking for when she met Bill. She recognized that Bill Clinton was her ticket to power, the power that she could control, and she was right. She realized that she could create a great brand out of him and herself, and they still are a brand, the Clintons. No one in this world can say that those two love each other. They are a brand that works. That's why she's sticking around despite Epstein and Lewinsky. Also, if you think Bill is the decision maker there, you must have never been in close proximity to the Clintons. She moves the game. She is the decision maker. Erica saw a brand with Charlie. She also saw that Charlie could one day become president of the United States if he wanted to. Charlie had the ear of the most powerful segment of any society, students. He was going to be a very important player in politics, and she was not missing that ride. What is striking is how completely her public identity reshapes itself after that relationship begins.
Pause
the
it real
aesthetic,
quick.
the tone, the values, the presentation all change.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, or the allegedly dead, but has anyone looked into Charlie Kirk's background? Because we always say, how does someone get this big without being compromised? Has anyone looked into his background? And what if all of this is to distract from who he really was? I don't know. I have nothing on that. I'm just saying that angle got totally ignored because this angle came up.
What would he be? Like, what are you thinking?
He could be Mossad. He could be CIA. He could be another country's agent. He could have been a Manchurian candidate that was being groomed for president, and the other side found out and took him out. And that's what it's really about. And instead, they want you to look at Erica Kirk. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's like a
We
multi-layered thing.
We need to know that every time they're letting us see something that's big and attracting our attention, it's because they don't want us looking at something else. And like you said earlier, again, I'm not disagreeing with Candace. The jury's still out on her for me. But like you said earlier, this is the biggest thing on the internet right now. So what's happening that they don't want us looking at because this is going on right now? Because they have a history and a pattern of doing this. That's all.
That is assuming that it is the evil ones behind all of this Erica, Candace, Charlie whole thing, you know.
Yes, to a point. But also, if you're on the bad side and Candace isn't, and you know this is coming out today, what are you going to pull off while this is going on so people aren't paying attention? Could work both ways.
Are you saying that there might be some big ass thing going on in the world
right now
that the media is not
because
reporting?
Everybody's paying attention to Candace right now?
What would that be?
Whether
it's not the Iran thing, because
it could be the Iran thing. You don't know. They could have swept in right now. It could be moving children. It could be anything. It could be anything they don't want people paying attention to, and now they have people in their houses on the internet watching this.
Because the Iran thing, they could just cut the internet from the Iranians and then not report it, and then nobody would really know, right? That there is a war happening right now.
Yes and no.
How would we know if the Iranians don't have internet and if the media don't?
Because there's other countries that do have internet that are impartial and that report stuff and that know are going on. And if you don't think, I'm not saying England is, but I'm saying if you don't think England and Australia and all these, Russia and all these people have reporters in that area waiting for shit to pop off, they for sure are. That's why we see half the stuff we do is because they can't fully contain it. So I don't think they could fully contain anything at this point.
Okay,
but
so what could it be that they're trying to deflect from Epstein?
I don't know. It could be, but I don't want to get sidetracked on that. I'm just saying that's a
Right.
possibility. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Overnight, the persona shifts into the role that best suits Charlie's world: devoted Christian, modest, a supportive housewife. That kind of rapid adaptation is quite impressive for a usual person, but not for a psychopath because they do it all the time. In my head, the story goes like this. For a moment, it works. She becomes the wife of a rising political figure with access to donors, institutions, and national platforms. At that point, the ceiling isn't social media influence, it's empire building, foundations, global reach, a legacy, a brand, the Kirks. It's obvious that Charlie listens to her, whether it's about donors or the trajectory of Turning Point USA. The most influential figure in any mentally healthy man's life is going to be his wife. She's going to be the biggest influence, and that is just how it is. That is why you need to pick your partner wisely. And everything was going well until Charlie began making decisions based on conscience rather than expansion and money. He turns down money. He refuses to play dirty politics. I am assuming someone like Erica, who married into this because she had a vision for this brand, would not be very happy about that. The life she appears to have signed up for, the power couple, expanding influence, historical relevance, was collapsing into something else entirely. Domesticity, housewife, kids, and now Charlie refusing to accept the money that can make him a global power. A supporting role instead of center stage is not her thing. Her husband died a few days ago, and she walks onto the stage.
There is people saying that she bought the kids, but that would mean Charlie. Wouldn't Charlie know about that? Like she bought the kids from some fucking Romanian, Ukrainian.
Let me play devil's advocate here. What if she told him she couldn't have kids?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, but from my work before, I have connections with an adoption agency and I'll work it all out. And just, I feel like I'm bringing a damaged woman to this relationship and I just want to fix it myself. Just let me handle. Women have a way. So I can definitely buy that he might not know if she set it up because she's conniving enough that she would wait till she could get somebody to pretend, like say she already got the kids in a dirty way and then paid somebody to pretend to be a lawyer or a adoption person and he met with them. Like she could fool him. If she's really a psychopath, which this is the first time I thought of that, and now I don't know why I didn't because it all lines up. It all lines up. At least a sociopath at a minimum that has zero fucking emotion,
Pregnant photos of her. There is no. So
or Michelle Obama. So
yeah. And I don't know if I want to go that far to call her a tranny yet because
the door's open though. I'm not sure if I'm going to step through it, but the door's open.
Yeah.
All right.
She was born there. It comes naturally to her. She knows it and she wants it. Just days after her husband's death, she was already laying out ambitious plans for the company over Zoom. It's obvious she was always deeply involved in the business and knew exactly where to pick up when her turn came. What people struggle to watch, what makes the screen unbearable, is not grief. It's the absence of emotional continuity. Performances can be learned. Trust me, as a former actress, I can speak to that. But emotion cannot be improvised or mimicked if you've never experienced it. That's why I think we are dealing with a psychopath who has never really experienced these emotions and does not know how to play them. And audiences feel it instantly. It's fake. Again, this is just my opinion.
In the best case scenario for Erica, it could just be that she never really loved the guy. And therefore, she has no tears.
And she doesn't know how to pretend like she does now. Yeah.
And she can't just come out and say, I didn't love him. That's the best case scenario.
It's a good place to start. It is a good place to start because there are a lot of things that Elizabeth said there that I think I am going to be able to prove, adapting her personality to suit the people that she meets, the lies that she tells. I've done a lot of work here speaking to ex-boyfriends, speaking to old classmates. I really wanted to get a sense of who Erica was. And also, in a word, yes, I concur. There is something about her. I don't know any single personality in the media or politics that has had the same effect that Erica has had on people worldwide. She's a rare bird, okay? She has actually managed to unify the left and the right on a single perspective. Think about that, how amazing that is. Say what you will about Hillary Clinton, but she had a true following on the left, right? It was a bloody match back in 2016. Now, beyond Erica, what Elizabeth is diving into here is psychology, right? She's guessing and she's speaking about psychology, a social science that was created, to be very clear, by German mystical Jews, right? They believed in mystical Judaism. They were practicing
Don't
the
say
occult.
it, Candace.
Now, if you are a regular viewer of this show, you know that I have sort of obsessed myself with this history over the past 2 years, the books that we read in book club, all about the very dark history of modern psychology and its direct relationship to child abuse, trauma-based mind control. That's what the book, The Assault on Truth, lays out. This person wasn't just an author that was guessing when he wrote this book. He was in control of the Sigmund Freud archives and lost his entire career.
That's
just
why they
trying to
wheeled the
ring the
TVs in
alarm.
to make everyone watch the Challenger explosion because trauma-based mind control.
And the same with the Zeppelin, right? They made the Zeppelin explode.
Oh,
the fucking
yeah.
Gas
What the fuck was it?
aircraft.
Holy shit, I'm drawing a blank.
The Zeppelin. Isn't it called
Yeah,
the
I know,
Zeppelin?
but it has a name, and I can't think of it right now. bumming me
Trauma, shock. I don't know what the fuck, but
No, I'm talking about the name of the Zeppelin. Fucking-
yeah, I don't know. But the thing, it exploded, burned down. Everybody got scared.
Hindenburg. There you go. Thank you, Dead Game. The Hindenburg.
Hindenburg, yeah.
On what these scientists knew. He explains that they abuse children with the goal of transforming them into future psychopaths that can be controlled. That is the science that was brought here to America via Operation Paperclip. What began as Project Monarch in Germany ultimately became MK Ultra in America. The Manson murders, the 60s, all of that was our government. CIA gone wild.
Pause it again.
After the assassination.
Name me one other motherfucker with her reach that's talking about MK Ultra, that's talking about words as spells, that's talking about all this shit. Like,
That's good shit.
I've never watched an episode of hers ever. And this is the first time I'm seeing one. And I have to say, I'm liking her more and more as I watch it. I'm becoming less skeptical of her as I watch it, which is weird for me because normally
you're
it's the
making
other
a
way
great
around.
point. She has great reach, and she's talking about these things. And even if you didn't like her, you should still appreciate that she's talking about these things because it's good for people to hear it, you know?
Yeah, actually, Geraldo over there just said the same thing. Whether she's good or bad, she knows what's up. Exactly.
Yeah.
So whether she's good or bad, she's still saying real shit. So
Yeah.
let her cook.
And we should, just appreciate those things.
Of JFK for drugging and experimenting upon citizens with the explicit goal of controlling minds, social engineering, making people get into a formation. These are indisputable and historical facts. This brought forth the dawn of serial killers in America, too many of them with curious ties to the military. Yeah, MK Ultra was a military-grade program. Truthfully, behind every unthinkable crime is a deranged psychologist and a prescription cabinet. If you think that MK Ultra ever stopped, I hope that the Epstein files and the stunning defense of the Epstein files from our quote-unquote elites helped to shatter that illusion for you. We discussed MK Ultra on Tim Dillon's show. How bizarre. Why is the president of France, who himself is a victim of minor sex abuse, so concerned about that conversation being opened up? Independent study into Sigmund Freud and what he and his colleagues were doing in Vienna is crucial for you to understand what is going on in this world and the way that the world works, okay? Now, pivoting back to Erica and her story, I will tell you my personal opinion and my experience with her. What alarms me about Erica isn't so much the fact that she lies, which we will prove to you over and over again, but it's also the fact that I don't know that she's aware that she's lying. It's almost as though she doesn't remember. Like the version that she's telling us today or yesterday was just recently downloaded into her mind, and she therefore thinks it's true, like a faulty memory or something. I'm saying that I'm not sure if she's fully aware that she's lying, because it's like some of the lies are so stupid. She's just sort of going. I want you to also know, by the way, of course, we reached out ahead of this episode. We reached out to her specifically with just 4 questions pertaining to past statements that she's made that do not appear to align with the reality of what we have discovered. Okay. For example, here's just one example. We are told that Erica Francois was raised by a strong, independent, entrepreneurial, single mother who taught her how to be a good Christian, a devout Catholic mother. Lori Francois, right? As an aside, this
That
Catholic
fake smile.
mom, who am I to judge Catholics, but she's been married 4 times that I can see. We'll talk about that more down the line. More importantly, though, you will recall that Erica sat down for an in-person interview with the New York Times days after Charlie was publicly
Pause it real quick.
assassinated.
Whether you like
she
it or not,
confirmed
whether
to
you agree
them-
with it or not, the 2 things that Catholics frown upon are divorce and suicide. Those are the biggest fucking things. The military too, oddly enough. But either way. So that's the point she was making about this good Catholic woman who's been married 4 times, because that's frowned upon. And technically you can't get married in a Catholic church if you've already been married before. So I don't know. But anyway, God.
Dude, one more thing. Why don't you just get on her show, sit next to her, and duke it out?
I know, that'd be great. I'd love to duke it out with Candace Owens. No.
Yeah.
I know.
But what I
know
mean
you
is
mean Erica. Yeah.
just, Erica, sit there, duke it out. 2 hours.
Didn't
problem
she
solved.
try? Didn't Candace try to do that? Didn't she invite Erica
think.
on?
Something about them doing an interview, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
I think they
But-
did an interview, but I've never seen it. I don't
And then
know.
there was the letter, all that. Anyway, let's roll. Weird
Also,
shit,
don't
man.
forget, not long ago, Candace had some threats on her from some fucking anon something.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like, listen, we're from this tiny hats and shit. We know exactly when you stream, and we can just send in one of our guys and take you out in a live stream to make great effect of it. Like a little bit weird. Why would you? What's going on? What's going on?
that the least traumatizing part about Charlie's assassination was the prospect of her now having to raise her children alone. She wasn't traumatized by that idea because she had seen the example set for her by her mother growing up. As People magazine later echoed, quote, Erica Kirk has learned a lot from her mother, Lori Francois. After welcoming her daughter in November of 1988, Francois divorced Erica's father, Kent Francois, and raised her as a single mother in Scottsdale, Arizona. Lori spent nearly 2 decades working for General Electric before founding multiple companies in the network security industry,
Totally
according
normal.
to her LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So you can see they're seeding the public with the idea that you can raise kids and be a single mom and also be a CEO and boss babe it. Okay. The only problem is that it's just not true.
Yeah, exactly, Snoop. They had a 4-hour meeting in December. But I don't know what happened to that thing. If it was just a meeting off record or no, Where's the film otherwise?
No.
Erica was not raised by a single mother, like at all. Erica's father, Kent Francois, by the way, he's Kenneth Francois, but he goes by Kent, was always in her life. So much so that for entire years of her childhood, Kent was actually a stay-at-home dad. So almost the exact opposite thing was true at one point. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually take Erica's. Take a listen.
Hold on. I do not want to knock the stay-at-home dads. I do not. There are some who had to temporarily have to switch that role. That happened to my parents a long time ago. Granted, again, they got a divorce, so that probably falls into your bucket. But
I am an anthropologist.
But my dad was a stay-at-home dad for a few years, and I gotta say it was really sweet and really special. I was 4, but that was...
Of course, it's not an indictment of the morality. Of
No,
I'm
but if
talking
you're
about-
saying from the
it's a-
get-go,
it's a-
I want to be a stay-at-home...
It is a imbalance.
Dad.
It's an imbalance of nature.
So, stay at home dad for a couple of years. She remembers it, so I would assume it started at 4 for a couple of years. People don't typically remember being 1 and 2, and now he wasn't in her life. Now, to be clear, Erica was 10 years old when her parents divorced in 1998. So her father was very much a part of her early childhood, and he did not stop being involved in her teenage years either. I've spoken with classmates, past boyfriends, and people are generally bewildered as to why Erica is now publicly representing as though she does not have a relationship with Kent, the man that she claims is her father, at least. Or also, something she fails to mention is that even if you removed Kent, Erica was raised with her stepfather in her home, a man named Larry Ginta. In her high school yearbook, actually, Kent is included, her father, biological father, in a collage, and so are his parents, her grandparents, Carl and Elaine. So we can reasonably assume that her father
Miss
was in
Arizona.
her life. We can also assume from that photo that Erica was exceedingly close to her stepfather too. You can bring that back up and I'll show that. But he's featured there too. You've got Larry in the photo because he has been a fixture in her
Kind of
life.
looks like
since before
Meatloaf. Is this the?
And I would do
Anything
anything
for
for love,
love, but I won't do that.
but I
What
won't
Erica did.
do that.
I won't do what Erica did.
her parents' divorce was ever finalized.
Well played.
Because both he and his son are also in the collage. I confirmed with classmates Larry and Lori were together since Erica's elementary school days. In other words, Erica grew up in a situation that is now termed as a bonus dad. Both her
Bonus
biological
dad.
father and her stepfather figure were present and all living in and around the Scottsdale area. So why this little public misrepresentation? I would be super offended if I was a stay-at-home dad and then suddenly you've got someone saying, it was all alone. My mom did it all by herself. Now, you will see throughout this investigation that there are a lot of little wrinkles like this in Erica's story. The question is, what broader purpose do they serve? Because I thought about that, and I remember reading in Xavier Poussard's book, Becoming Brigitte, that it is actually an intentional strategy of deception, a strategy used by the media in creating and curating a legend about, in this case, he was talking about Brigitte, how the press would intentionally make minor edits or overlook certain dates, small adjustments made over a long period of time, a date wrong here, an age miscalculation there, just ever so slightly.
Hey,
because
one
minor
thought.
tweaks over a long.
You know the threat that she got from that, anonymous character.
Yeah.
It was like a French guy saying, like, I think it was regarding the whole Macron thing. What if that was actually done from the Candace's team, like a preemptive thing? Because if you do it yourself, saying, if you do this, Candace, we're gonna kill you in a live stream. Because if then somebody did kill Candace,
Yeah.
they would link it to Macron. But now they can't do that because that would bring light to the Macron situation. Do you know what I'm trying to say here? Like, for example, maybe the Macrons or whatever were gonna plan to kill her. But if you make this video acting like you're from the Macron team, making the threat, then they can't kill her now because if they do,
I
they
get
will
what you're
link it
saying.
who knows? Who knows?
Like if you know somebody's trying to kill you and then you get somebody else to call a death threat in to make the police take it seriously because they're not taking it seriously already.
Yeah, and now you've stopped them from attempting to kill you. Because if they do, they will get linked to it. Like the Macrons, whatever, will be linked to it now. So now they can't kill you because if they do, they will get linked. So they won't.
Linked. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
Long period of time aren't noticeable, even though they ultimately amount to a big lie. This is exactly what I have found to be immediately frustrating about examining Erica's life. Minor tweaks that almost look like they could be mistakes. And you go, but Really? Do people make these kinds of mistakes? Let's start with her birthday. Okay, give you another example here. Erica Franzfey, we are told, was born on November 20th, 1988 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Great. There's a newspaper relic announcing her birth 2 weeks later on December 6th. It tells us that she was born at Good Samaritan Hospital. Fantastic. To Kent and Lori Franzfey. Check. Amazing. By the way, it's just something to know about Good Samaritan Hospital. A little fun fact. That actually used to be the U.S. Marines Hospital. One that once upon a time caused a little bit of a scandal for unethically experimenting on brains of patients, the brains of patients. Anyway, the story goes that the U.S. Marine Hospital just up and decided to gift the hospital to the Catholic Sisters of Charity out of the goodness of their Marine hearts or something, because our military is known for that, just being really, really kind and giving up hospitals. Point is, we learned from this newspaper clipping that Erica was born on November 20th, and she maintains that birthday today. But oddly, that would be news to her parents. Kent and Lori, for whatever reason, think that Erica was born 2 days later on November 22nd. We know this because of their divorce filings, which took place in 1998. On that divorce initial filing, Lori, who filed, lists Erica as having been born on November 22nd, multiple times. Now, in case you're thinking, well, maybe this was a mistake, you should know that the filing done by her mother, Lori, only has 4 statements of fact. It's effectively a one-pager. One of the facts is that Kent and Lori were married on November 20th, 1995 in Marblehead, Massachusetts. So they decided to get married on Erica's, what would have been Erica's 7th birthday. Okay, that's strange. I mean, at least the birthday she says she has, but this document is saying, no, she's born 2 days later, so I guess it wasn't her 7th birthday. Attached to this document, which was filed on July 20th, 1998, is another document that I can only assume was scanned in with an intention to further confuse people. It's a separation agreement, which is not notarized, it's not dated, so it's almost not relevant. And it completely edits the date of the marriage between Kent and Lori from November 20th, 1995 down to November 7th, 1982. A casual 13 years and 13 days wiped out, okay? Like I said, you can just ignore that because I think that document was just put in there to confuse people. Take it from me, I'm a notary, one in the state of New York, although my license is expired.
One quick
you
question.
can't just skip over.
Do you think the woke tards on the right are watching this right now? Or do you think they just, for example,
they're definitely
these
watching
cat turds and these people?
They definitely watched it because
They
they
are,
have to
right?
know what to attack properly.
For a notary portion of a document and just be fine with that. In fact, we decided to dig through Ohio law and other publicly available divorce documents to see what they look like, and they are legitimate. And here's a side-by-side so you can see on the right is what is scanned into their file with totally different dates. And on the left, you can see that that's what it should look like. You get it notarized, okay? But it's going to get even more absurd when we examine the divorce decree. So for the uninitiated, the first document is just the filing. I, Lori, am pursuing a divorce, and here are the facts. And now what comes after that is the decree.
And hold on,
or
wasn't it
the,
you who showed us, like, there was this weird old video of Erica Kirk selling some fucking equipment or something, and then there was this frame, some weird frame of something. Her father, some FEMA or Mason shit. I don't know what the fuck. There was some
I don't
weird.
remember.
She was
Been too
selling
much.
some fucking survival gear. Wasn't it you? Some
I do remember that video.
Yeah, there was some weird in that video. There was one picture of something weird. Some Freemason or New
Go back and
Order.
find it.
Yeah.
the final judgment,
Ain't
okay?
happening.
Now,
Not you.
I do want to note that this was the fastest divorce in the history of divorce because she filed on July 20th, 1998. And then we have a decree on November 10th of the same year. So this is like 3 months later. Once again, the marriage date is listed, the initial marriage date between Kent and Lori, as November 20th, 1995 in Marblehead, Massachusetts. But oddly, you can see that somebody just went in and tried to edit that date by
85.
hand afterward, adjusting the wedding date down this time to 1985, not 1982, hoping, I guess, that no one would catch that.
What the fuck is this?
I guess the unnotarized 1982 that we saw in the initial filing was too difficult. It would have been too obvious. So this time they're attempting to do it by hand and edit the date of marriage back just 10 years, not 13 years. This is not subtle. It is not normal, and it bothers me greatly. Take it from someone who is chronically being sued. That is not how modifications work on court documents. You can't just use a pen and write something on a divorce decree.
Yeah.
You just can't do that. People have to initial, you got to date, you got to see who saw it. This is crazy to me. My suspicion, and again, this is just a general suspicion, is that this was done after the fact. Maybe someone had a friend down at the county clerk who was responsible for scanning those docs into the system.
Why is this important for them to do?
Because that's not real life.
Yeah.
That's just not real life.
It's weird.
And once again, that has another casually added separation agreement, which is still not notarized, with an entirely different date of marriage. And the crazy part is that the separation agreement, in that separation agreement, Kent Francevay is waiving his rights to an attorney with no notary present. He just agrees that Lori's lawyer can represent him on everything. So what are we to discern from this? We are at 4 different plausible marriage dates between Kent and Lori Francevay across 2 documents. I should also add that I could not find a single trace of their alleged marriage in Marblehead, Massachusetts. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, but I couldn't find it across any date. And Marblehead, I would like to note, is certainly an interesting town to pick because it's the recognized birthplace of the Marine Corps.
Really, she's just being a journalist here, a real journalist. She's trying to dig shit up. That's it.
We're going to keep hearing the Marines coming up throughout this entire story. We're just laying the groundwork here. Now, I should note, to be responsible here, that there are divorce-related documents that are available in Ohio online that we simply are not allowed to have access to. Like, people have privacy. That makes sense. So it's entirely plausible that they went in and fixed these glaring errors that for some reason a judge, we're supposed to believe a judge signed off on this many wacky different dates. But the point here is just to demonstrate to you how even the most mundane facts about Erica's life are frustrating to verify. And that's just an appetizer, my friends. Because then we received a very interesting email from Sweden.
Oh,
yeah, my Sweden fans, what's up? What's up, Sweden? And it led me to even more questions about Erica's paternity. We are going to be right back after a break. All right, you guys, some good news. Thanks to you, last year, Preborn helped rescue here whatever you mean, saving your line to help rule time interest. See boarding time check as I
can credit score impacted account users who spend
whether it's to help you are struggling out this and it hold you can't obvious. That's pdsdebt.com/Candace. Okay, so we obviously cannot go so far as to suggest that Lori, Loretta, Abbas, Stanley, Wallstad, Francevay was openly committing fraud. We can't say that. What we can confirm to you, however, is that if she was doing that, breaking the law and committing fraud is something that Lori's family is kind of historically known for. They kind of arrived into this country doing just that. You see, Lori Francevay, like I said, was born Loretta Abbas. She was named after her Syrian grandmother, Loretta Abbas. I want to sear into your mind right now that the Abbas family history is steep in gambling and casinos. All about gambling and casinos specifically. As we go along in this series, the history and the present of gambling casinos is going to become increasingly relevant. So let's bring in the OG Loretta Abbas, Erica's great-grandmother who died in 1990, who was just constantly being arrested for running illegal slot machines. Okay, she came over from Syria and she got to work bringing filth and fraud in Pennsylvania. You check out this article from 1941 where she testifies that she ran numbers. It says Loretta Abbas of Washington, Thomas Roberts, whatever, testified that they engage in the numbers business and had been arrested on numerous occasions. They explained their role in the numbers lottery without giving any direct testimony against the defendants. Okay, here's another one. We could keep going, but here's another article from 1944 where she pleads guilty to a lottery charge. It was before the court. She wasn't lying. She's always arrested on a lottery charge. The state police had a search warrant, and when they entered her house, they found a quantity of number slips. She was sentenced to pay the cost and $200 or 5 months in the county jail. Like I said, this was a family thing. Her husband was Mason Abbas, and he was magnificently fraudulent. I'm
Mason.
talking high-speed chases down the highway, lottery tickets blowing in the wind. Check out this article from 1935, and it tells us that he was overtaken in his automobile after a chase of several miles after he had failed to obey the officer's order to stop. Yes, Mason Abbas was arrested yesterday by County Detective Frank Krebs. Before an alderman, he was held for court in default of a $1,000 bond on a charge of conducting a lottery and was fined $10 and costs for refusing to stop when ordered to do so by a uniformed officer. During the race along the National Pike, which ended in West Alexander, Abbas is alleged to have thrown a package of 100 lottery tickets from his car. Officers
And is this
recovered
the
the tickets
grandfather
and are
of
holding them
Erica?
as
What the
evidence.
fuck?
I think so. Yep.
Yes.
So hold on.
Lottery, gambling,
Is
slot
she
machine.
like Syrian at some point?
Apparently.
Half-
Again,
That's weird.
steer that into your mind. Not just on Erica's maternal side of the family, not just the Abbas side, but also the Swedish side, the Fransve side. The Swedish side of the family, I will be clear, there's a notable difference. It seems like they've been involved legally. Carl Kenneth Fransve is Erica's paternal grandfather. Okay, he participated extensively in horse racing. More crucially, though, he was an executive at the American Banknote Company in Illinois. This is the company
so
that was responsible
confusing.
for printing lottery tickets. It's a big contract, a big deal. Here he is in a newspaper in 1974 doing just that. It reads, printing began this week on the first Illinois state lottery tickets. Up
There
to
he is,
10,000
Meatloaf.
agents. It tells us at the bottom there that Kent Fransve of the American
why.
Banknote Company, the printer, examines the first tickets of the initial press run. Let's stick with Grandpa Carl.
Now,
Kenneth
how
Fransve for a
does
little bit, because
someone
he
who
is-
was in the paper for doing this and that end up being the grandfather of the woman who marries Charlie Kirk and becomes this big thing? Like, it's
I still
all
don't get
fucking
it.
show,
Is
man.
the Mason Abbas the grandfather?
I
Then
think
who the
so.
fuck is
I think
Kent?
so maybe she said great grandfather.
Great. Okay. Then is Kent the grandfather?
I don't know. Kent may have
What the
been the stepdad.
Who the fuck is the
There
father?
was 9,000 names and parents and stepdads and everything
So
else.
confusing.
by all accounts, obviously Swedish. Erica herself is therefore Syrian Lebanese on her mother's side and
There you go.
Swedish on her
Syrian
father's
Lebanese.
side.
Ah,
So
the
something which
mother's
struck me
side.
as immediately odd about Erica is just how deeply she identifies as Swedish, despite her public insistence that she was raised by a quote unquote
This is the
single
first time
mother.
I hear that.
Think about that just from a social perspective. If Erica was indeed raised by a single mother, wouldn't you expect her to identify more deeply with those Lebanese Syrian roots, right? You might even understand it if she resented her Swedish roots. Like, my dad didn't do anything, and so I'm not even doing anything with the Swedes. I don't even like being Swedish. To the contrary, Erica feels so
can
deeply
understand that.
attached to her Scandinavian roots that in 2019, she moved to begin the process of obtaining her dual citizenship. She posted this herself.
Oh, that is
Where
the
she
Swedish.
is, dual citizenship commenced. Okay. Maybe you're thinking logically, well, she loves her grandpa. I had a fantastic grandpa. I get that. I should mention she comes from a very long line of the Swedish Freemasons. She definitively was close to her grandfather. We know this because she posts about him many, many times over the years, referring to him affectionately as her morfar. Saw this over and over again. You just see
Yeah.
posts of him, how much she loves him. She even mentioned her grandmother there. That's his wife, Elaine. And she says she is my angel in heaven, but I usually call her Mormor. So that's her morfar and her
More is your
Grandma.
mom's mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
grandma. And more far is your mom's dad. Yeah.
Mormor. Show you another post, just her grandfather, where she's gonna talk about reflecting upon losing him in 2016. She's posting this, and she again is going to address him as her morfar. This appears to be another wrinkle. You see, I received a flurry of emails from our fans in Sweden about this particular post, and they did not like this post. And what they told me about it, they didn't like about it, made me reconsider things. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but they said, Candace, Erica is referring to her grandfather as her morfar. I was like, okay. So I looked it up. It means grandfather in Swedish. Like maybe she doesn't, but it's cute. Okay. Maybe she's not fluent, but it's cute. And then they explained it to me a little further. They said, no, Candace, the Swedish language is quite literal here.
No, you're not
Morfar
blocked,
quite
Geraldo.
literally translates into mother's father, morfar. And farfar quite literally translates into father's father. We have different words for these things. These have entirely different meanings. You would never call your father's mother your morfar. You would never call, that's what she's doing. She's calling him her morfar. That is Erica's farfar. If Kent is her father, her father's father is her farfar. She said, the woman emailed this, she said, no Swedish grandfather would ever allow you to refer to him as morfar if he was not actually your morfar, okay? If he was your farfar, he'd say, very cute, I'm your farfar.
And it's simple.
Let's get that straight. This
Far means
father.
dad.
So your father's father and your mother's father. I got it immediately.
Morfar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be something akin,
which is very
to being
more descriptive
someone-
than here in our English language, because you just say my grandmother and it could be
Yeah.
on either side. Like,
Yeah.
you know. So
And
yeah, would be your mother's mother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Whose
it makes total
grandfather-
sense.
Yeah.
and allowing
More
them to
than our
call you
language.
uncle. It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
That's not
Words have meaning. So why
so
is her
that's
very
weird.
Swedish grandfather, so Swedish, this line of Masons Swedish, allowing Erica to call him my mother's father? Lori's father? No, that's not Lori's father. What's going on here? This is an incredibly interesting wrinkle, which brings us to a point where we should introduce you to the family tree so you
Do
can just
these
kind of see
people
what's
even
going
really
on here.
exist?
Because this
Right?
Are they
Morfar
real?
Farfar
Exist.
scandal troubles me
It's weird.
deeply. Is Erica lying? Is she mistaking? Is she making a mistake at all? Or is she accidentally actually trying to tell us the truth? Let's take a look at some other interesting tidbits. On March 21st of 2019, Erica visits with Charlie. She's in Jerusalem with Charlie, what is known as Zion's Gate in Jerusalem. She posts a picture with a pretty curious caption. It reads in part, meet Darla, a Romanian Jew that now calls Israel home. She was sitting by my family's dedication sign for restoring the Zion Gate in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Sounds good.
why is Erica describing the Zion's Gate as her family's dedication? Speaking of which, why does her one-time roommate, Nicole Rothstein, allege that half
Rothstein?
of their family, referring to her and Erica's family, is Jewish? Doesn't make sense.
Steen.
She also claimed that after Charlie's assassination, that Erica, she was online going back and forth with people, that Erica was her best friend and her cousin. Nicole Rothstein said this. Now, I want to be clear, the Rothstein family, the Zion's Gate is their dedication. Nicole wouldn't be lying if she posted that it was her family's dedication, but Erica? Also, how did Erica and Nicole Rothstein get so close? Remember, Erica presents that she was raised by a single mother on the Lebanese side. If Erica is telling the truth
What?
about her paternity, then
Just
Nicole
so
Rothstein.
much goes
Right,
so
and
many
this-
ways, man.
And she probably hasn't even started yet. And
I
this is
know.
just-
This is just laying the groundwork.
yeah.
I want you to understand who this would be to her. Nicole Rothstein, it's going to sound ridiculous, but this is the reality if Erica's telling the truth. Nicole Rothstein would be Erica's father's sister's husband's previous wife's daughter's daughter. In
Yeah.
other words, zero blood relation, not even kind of related, kind of crazy. You would even call each other cousins. People do that. It's cool. It's my cousin. It's my cousin. Okay, cool.
You know all
Erica
about that,
Goes
Candace.
a little further, though. Erica also posted a lovely tribute to Alan Rothstein, Nicole's father, online. She calls him Uncle. Uncle?
Uh-oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, if Erica's telling the truth
Come
about who her
on.
parents are, to Erica, that would be her father's sister's husband's previous wife's daughter's
Yeah,
husband.
it says, how blessed am I to have individuals like you, Uncle Alan.
Okay, so I can. There's people who call people uncle who
Ah,
aren't really
yeah.
their uncle. So I can give her that.
Mm,
Like maybe
okay.
this part's a reach. But
Yeah.
the saying my family's dedication or whatever, like that's sus as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, again, absolutely zero blood relation, and yet Erica is extraordinarily close to him as well. Now we can show you on the family chart.
We need to
just
get a
how removed this
DNA
is. It's
test of
insane.
Erica Kirk. Someone take
Okay?
one
And
of
we
her
actually couldn't
tissues
even
with
fit
her
it. It's so far
tears.
removed.
Yeah.
So you've got
They're gonna be like, we found no
aunt.
DNA in these tears. It's
Because of the
basically fucking
mental-
Visine.
Yeah, the mental took over the DNA, destroyed the DNA.
No,
Carla
it's just
is married.
Visine. It's fake tears. She's just fucking dropping them in. There's no
Ah,
DNA.
so-
It's just fake tears.
So do you think that she might be using those things more than the mental thing?
I don't think she can do the mental thing.
Why not?
Again, if you're a sociopath or a psychopath, you don't know how normal people think. You can't understand that because you've
Yeah,
never
but you
thought
know
that
you
way.
need to create tears, and if you can't do it,
But
by
how
yourself-
do you create tears if nothing has ever made you sad?
No, just like how an onion,
Yeah, but
gives
if you don't
tears.
have an onion, how do you do it? Create tears right now.
No, but that's what they're saying, that it's laced with mental something that.
I know, that's
tears
what
up
I'm
the-
saying. Well, maybe, yeah, tearing like that. But I saw a video where she was like putting something in her eye before or whatever.
Yeah. When she
I
had
was
the
just
leather
making a
pants.
joke about it would be fake
Yeah.
tears because it's
Yeah.
not really crying,
Yeah.
You know.
to a guy named
Yeah.
Jack. But Jack was also previously married to somebody else, which you see there named Edna. And this is Edna and Jack's line. This has nothing to do with Erica Francve. Again, how did she get so close to these people? Why is she referring to them as her family and declaring that Zion's Gate, which is actually their family's dedication, which has nothing to do with her Aunt Carla, why is she saying that that's her family's dedication? That makes no sense. I'm struck by this. We could imagine
Pause it
how
real
it could
quick.
make sense.
I love all of you in the chat, but I'm kind of bothered that all of you know how to fake cry that quick on command. You're like, oh, menthol on the fingertips, habanero on the knuckle. All you motherfuckers know how to cry real quick, faking it.
Yeah.
I don't trust you motherfuckers, okay?
Yeah.
Now, again, we're imagining here. We're trying to make sense of the things that Erica is saying. I could imagine a very easy way it could actually make sense. Her closeness to the Rothsteins, her dedication to Jerusalem, if and only if we take Erica literally when she says Morfar. Let's assume that Grandpa Carl is indeed her mother's father. That would mean, well, obviously, Lori's wouldn't be her mother.
You know what's beautiful about this, and she hasn't probably even started, but the beautiful thing is now this is out in the open. Now she has to maybe address this. Or
Not
else-
only that, so think of this for a second. All the people who follow all these cocksuckers that were calling her a demon, right?
Yeah.
They have to watch this. I mean, some of them won't because they're that close-minded, but the ones that are
Yeah.
even a little open-minded will have to watch it and try to be like, fuck her. How
Yeah.
do you do that with the way she's presenting this? She's
can't.
presenting facts. How do you call her a demon because of this? How do you do it? I don't think you
Doesn't
can.
work. It doesn't
I
work.
think their shit's gonna backfire on them.
It will.
And maybe that was the point to begin with. I don't know. Maybe they're pawns that they're sacrificing to get this truth out. I don't fucking know, man.
No, but I think you're right. This is gonna backfire, and she hasn't even started yet. That's the beautiful thing.
It also mean that Kent's
This
just by nature of
it's
him being a
today.
man,
This clip, hold on. This
An
clip
hour ago.
is literally she posted it, started at what, 5:00? So we just
Yeah.
restarted it from the beginning at 6:00. So
And we don't know
it
when it
wasn't
stopped.
even done, I don't think, when we started it. So it's literally from right now.
Yeah.
is not her father. We're looking for her mother's father. So we have to start looking at Kent's siblings that are females. That would give us only 3 options. We can bring this back up. One of
And by the way, Geraldo, this is the clip they're all calling her evil and demon for. This
That
is the
they're calling her this before they even saw it.
yeah.
because
This
it
is
just
the
came out. Yes.
broad of what is it called again? Bride of Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first episode.
One of Ken's sisters would be my first pick. Again, we're in conspiracy land here, but I'd go with Carla because she's married to Jack Solomon, and that is Jack Solomon's dedication. Carla wasn't even married to Jack until 2002. She was just jumped in and was like, "This is my whole family and my family's dedication." No, but if Carla, her mother's father, if her mother was Carla, actually it would all make sense. Solomon is the very man who finally,
Like if Dan Bongino is watching this, and if he wasn't a bad actor,
He is.
how the fuck? I know, right? But
Yeah.
if he wasn't, how the fuck? If he was watching this, he can't still be calling her a demon. Then it would be fucked in the head if he was a good actor.
He's getting
in good
paid
faith.
to do that.
Yeah.
That's his
Yeah.
job. Listen,
Yeah.
man, some of these people, and I think this is our downfall as a podcast and why we're not as big as other ones, is because some people start a podcast in order to make money. They will do whatever they need to do to make money. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to make money at this so I don't have to go to work so I can spend
Yeah.
more time on this. That's a
Yeah.
separate issue. Starting it to make money means when money comes along, just like we witnessed at the beginning of this stream, when people were paid to talk shit on her, you will take it.
Yeah.
And I can honestly tell you, if someone offered me 10 grand right now to start talking shit on Candace Owens, I would turn it down
yeah.
in a heartbeat, because I'm never going to say something ever that I don't believe or at least think might be true. And I'll tell you that when I think it might be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll
because
make conjecture and stuff like that. But you know what I mean?
yeah, because yes, you would make some money, right? But in your book of life, you will have tainted
I
a
know.
bunch of chapters of your book of life for
Dude,
doing
I've even
something
had
fucked up.
a few people in my life who aren't in the truth or life or whatever, like a dude I know from work, blah, blah, blah. People be like, you've clearly figured out Twitter. You know how to get views on Twitter. You could start an account not talking about the things you talk about, and you could make tons of money at it.
Yeah.
But I'm not
Just-
going to do that. I don't want to do that. That's not why I'm here. It's like,
That makes me
So-
think. Go.
so for these people to take money to go, like, in fairness, if they already think she's a demon and someone's
it's-
offering them money to say so, that's not as bad.
But
But-
then they're also retarded for thinking she's a demon. How the fuck can you think
Exactly.
she's a demon? You're
And
fucking
also,
retarded.
you still look dumb because it's coordinated, and we can all tell it's coordinated. But maybe
did you
that's the
see-
point also. I don't
Did
fucking
you see
know.
the Dom Luck, whatever his name is on Twitter? He's
The
like,
dumb
"Listen."
luck? Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
he's
so
like,
what his
"Listen."
name is. Dumb luck.
Yeah.
Dom Luker.
He's like, listen, everybody's saying these guys are being paid. That's not true. I am literally like, he's trying to say this is not true that they're paid.
Oh, I hope
Just
that
because it
backfires
comes-
on him. He
yeah,
follows
just because
me
it
too. I hope
comes
he
from-
sees this.
Well, let him see it.
I
It's
hope
like,
so.
just because he says it, does that make it?
I
make
do.
it true?
So,
Oh,
full
yeah.
disclosure, Snoop said, "Hey, I think I might be able to get him on the podcast. Do you want him?" You might remember this, Vince. And I literally said no. Even
I don't remember. Who
though
was it?
I knew it would Snoop, Dom Luker.
Oh, okay.
Snoop was like, "Oh, I could probably get him on the podcast. I know this guy, but whatever it is." I think he said something like that. Or we should, whatever. Or
Yeah.
if I could, would you? And I was like, no,
Yeah.
because I don't respect him. I honestly don't. And if he came on, I would have to address
say,
the issues I have
yeah.
with him. I could not do it. I'm sorry.
And maybe that's
And I'm
why he
normally-
wouldn't come on either.
I'm normally super lenient with guests, just like I've told you before. When we started this, I said, I'm going to let people talk. I'm not going to attack them if I don't agree with them. I'm just going to let them go. Unless they say something I know is a lie, I will address it. But
Mhm.
if it's something I don't know, even if I think it's crazy, I'll let them go and talk about it.
Mhm.
But him, I would have to address it, because It really bothers me when every post you do is breaking. Fucking
Oh yeah,
alert.
that's what he does all the time.
Every post is breaking. Every post is
That's wizardry.
What's the other word? Developing, breaking, developing, alert. All these. It's like, bro, come on. Like,
You know why? Because he knows reading breaking alert is just goes into your brain. Everybody pays
this
attention.
is
right?
why I'm so bad at this, and why I was bad at owning my own business, because I would never charge the old granny who couldn't afford to have her air fixed and all that. Is because, yes, I know that might work, but I'm not going to do that because I want it to work because my work is good, not because I put some catchy term in my post. Like, I'd rather have no views than have views because I use some fucking trick to get people to look at it.
I mean,
That
the only time breaking, I guess, works if it is breaking. But as soon as it's not breaking,
exactly. Or
you're
when
losing
I do it as a
credibility.
joke. Like one
Yeah.
time I did a post and was like, breaking, the turtles are now moving to, obviously joking,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe,
but
hold on.
that bothers
Before
me.
we continue, maybe we should use breaking for things we think is breaking.
Are
A few
breaking.
things. Yeah, a few things. Not every
Breaking
time.
the government.
Yeah.
That's it. The government's
I mean,
breaking.
We should be allowed to use breaking a few times. That motherfucker uses it every time. Breaking, breaking, breaking. After
Developing.
piss, breaking, breaking. Yeah. All right, let's... Fuck, man. This is long on
I
this
know. Keep going. We
fucking
got to let it roll.
family
The
tree.
restoration
Family
of
tree.
Zion's Gate in Jerusalem. If
You put it
Jack
at 1.5.
Solomon was her father, then
Once we get
Korah
later,
would
if we
indeed
have
be
to.
her blood relative
No, let's do it right now. If
cousin. But again, that's purely speculation. We don't have to go into speculation. Let's give you facts more about Jack Solomon. What is factual is that Jack Solomon eventually marries Carla Ronce in 2002. And there are also some other really interesting facts about Jack. Jack,
who the fuck is Jack?
and Erica's mommy aunt, I don't know, Carla, live in Utah. He graduated from what is today known as Utah Valley University. He's very involved in the university. It was formerly known as Utah Valley State College when he graduated from there. He also created on their campus the Center for Jewish Studies. I mean, at the very least, you'd think with all of the money that he poured into that university, he might be able to call someone to get us more footage of Tyler Robinson. Or Carla. How about Carla? She's married to the man. She could have maybe, in my imagination, made it to the hospital when Charlie was shot and killed. I mean, why did none of them make it to the hospital? They're all so nearby. She still lives in Utah. This happened in their backyard. Their family has a lot of power at UVU. Why not Auntie Carla rather than Stacey Sheridan accompanying you onto Air Force 2 as your husband's body is escorted to Arizona? Jack Solomon was also a professor at BYU in political science.
And also, don't forget, a day or so after, with the coffin, she arranged that somebody should go behind her shoulder and film her.
And even that was weird because the hands were different than
plastic.
like the size. Well, even the size difference between old pictures of them holding hands and her hand on his hand was in the casket. Her hand on his hand was much closer to the same size than they were in real life because Charlie was big. He was a big dude. So that's sus. The rings she was wearing were sus. Like, even people are like, oh, it's their kids' names. How do we know that? They've never released their kids' names. How do we know their kids are even real? No one has ever seen them. They don't release their names. There's no photos of them. And let me be clear. If there wasn't other suspect stuff around them, I would applaud them for that. Because if you're famous and no one knows who your kids are, good job. But when there's all this other suspect shit around and other people that are equivalent to you in other fields have their kids out there, why don't you?
You know, what you just said reminds me of back in the days, I used to think Michael Jackson was whack because he was covering his kids with a sheet or something.
Genius move.
But, yeah, I know. But back then, I was like, this motherfucker is weird, man. What is he doing to the kids? I didn't get it because I was young and dumb.
Yeah, no, me too.
Now I totally get it.
Similar story, just like when Prince went to the symbol, and I was like, that's so fucking stupid, you idiot. Why would you do that? Now that I'm an adult, I know exactly why he did it, because of a record
Label
contracts,
shit.
and he was getting out of, like, genius.
Hold on, I have to give myself a few just for the stupidity of that time where I thought
No, I
Michael
know.
was
I
whack,
feel you,
or
man.
even Prince.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
slap myself. But
One more
I feel you.
for good measure.
He's the former director of the university's Jerusalem Center. He also served on the Center for Jewish Studies. on the board
Exactly, dead
at
game.
UVU.
I agree.
Zion's
And
Gate, like I
Vince
said,
said
is
it
his
earlier.
dedication.
No pregnancy pics, though.
And if
Come
you're
on.
wondering how
Yeah.
Jack got so rich, it's because back in 1968, Jack and his business partner, a man
Oh.
named Norman Vance, began a company called Advanced Patent Technology.
Hold
That
on.
company would
A
go
man
on
named
to
what?
Manufacture.
Did
I
she
missed
just
it.
say
What was it called?
Norman Vance?
And if you're wondering how Jack got so rich, it's because back in 1968, Jack and his business partner, a man named Norman Vance, began a company.
JD Vance, Norman Vance.
Come on. Come on. I'm
are
sure
they
it's just a
cousins?
coincidence. Well, that's been alleged before.
They
But
have the same big face, you know? They have a big face, both of them. Wide face. Give
they
yourself
got
a
that
few more.
childbearing face.
Yeah. So maybe they're cousins.
Maybe. All right, let's go.
What is this place?
Company called
I know.
Advanced Patent Technology.
It's too much
That company
for
would go
me.
on to manufacture slot machines. You got it. Slot machines. Everybody says just amazing. It's like
I
everybody
want a slut machine.
is involved in gambling. Per his bio, in 1974,
Cherry,
Jack
cherry,
gathered
cherry.
more than $5 million to
Here
purchase
comes the
United
slut.
Coin, the manufacturer
Yes.
of slot machines
Each time is a new slut.
and the holder of a profitable
Fantastic
Southern
deal.
Nevada slot machine routes. In 1979, they announced plans for the Colorado Bell Hotel and Casino in Lachlan, Nevada, the first of a series of
on.
hotels to be built in the Las Vegas area. They got a lot of power in that area. Where were they? I don't know. It's an interesting connection. I am marking that for all the YouTubers who are interested in investigation. The gambling thing keeps coming up.
I think
And,
she's cooking,
I guess,
though.
as me and Charlie used to
Candace.
say,
She's
the rest is
cooking
history.
right
We'll
now.
be
Is-
right back after a quick break.
And hold on.
All right, do you know
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about Nene?
While this break's going, just mute it and let the
Yeah.
break run, and we can talk for a minute, maybe.
Ah, okay.
So, just off the subject slightly, because it's her. Do you think she has a teleprompter, or do you think she really has this all
Candace.
in her head?
No, I think she has a teleprompter. I think I've
Okay,
seen.
it's
like, her
too
eyes.
good to not. Like, how do you remember all this?
Yeah. I
And
have
then
no
how
problem
did
with
you
it.
know
Yeah.
when to switch gears and go to whatever? Like, damn.
No. It is scripted in that sense.
But that's
I get
okay.
It, though.
It
Yeah.
has to be. How do you cover all this and it not be scripted? How many times have we finished an episode and been like, holy shit, we forgot to bring up this. We forgot to bring
Yeah.
up. Like, you have to script it in
It's
that way.
impossible.
You got to
to
have
remember.
at least talking points. And then, you can jump from, oh, that's next. That's
Dude,
next. Blah,
I've
blah, blah.
already forgot everything I've said before. What I'm saying
Exactly.
right now. Like I don't. I don't.
I may
remember,
say it again. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I don't even know what will be said in the future. But if you have it scripted, you know exactly what's going to be delivered.
Also, if you think Candace is a demon like all these people are saying, check out the people who are sponsoring her podcast. Those are companies you need to support. Just saying.
Home title lock, triple lock protection.
Yeah, it's all like conservative companies. She had
the
one for
description
Pure
below.
Talk before, which is, military veteran owned and stuff like that, like shit like that. Same ones that
Right now-
Clay and Buck and Sean Hannity have. It's all the same ones, all the conservative company.
Okay.
for some fun because remember when they were freaking out about me discussing time travel, me discussing specifically Project Looking Glass, the CIA thing that actually
Again,
happened.
something else she talks about that's insane.
Looking Glass.
Talking about Looking Glass.
But no, let's go and listen to Dan Bongino instead because he's a
'Cause-
crying bitch calling everybody Satan spawns and demons.
The more intelligent he gets, the further his hairline recedes.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's time, man. When your
Salute
hair,
like this.
yeah, when your when your hair is over here,
Hey, bro,
It's-
that happened to me at 17. All right.
yeah,
I knew.
and you did the right choice.
So
The
for
only
those who don't
choice.
know, because we're on the Substack, so I had a scar. I still do. It's just hard to see now, but I have a scar on my head that happened when I was a little kid, and my hair was always in front of it, and the scar was behind it. You couldn't see it. My hair covered it, and I always told myself, the day my hairline reaches that scar, I'm gonna shave my head. And one day there was no hair between the scar and my hairline. It was just
That's
right
it.
there. And I was like, today's the day. I stuck to my
How
word and
was
I
that
shaved my
day?
head.
Was it a
I wasn't
heavy
bummed. I
day?
was 17. I was in a metal
Yeah.
band. Shaving your head
Yeah.
was already cool. Like it was fine. Didn't matter. It was okay.
I wish
I never
to
had a problem
sometime
with it.
maybe experience that day.
No, man. You have a beautiful head of hair. Never fucking regret that. If it
No,
happens,
but, you
it's
know.
fine. But if you have it, respect
Yeah.
it. That's all I'm saying.
They allegedly stole Sumerian technology to peer into the future. Well, you have to imagine
Yes.
my surprise when I began looking into Erica's early years. For some reason, I was under the impression, maybe you were too, but Erica moved to Arizona after her parents' divorce. So that would put her in Arizona after 1998. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt
already
here because
tired of
it's
Erica
a minor
Kirk.
wrinkle, but her parents didn't divorce until she was 10. But it's totally possible,
So
like when you're a
tired.
kid and your
But this
parents
is
are
crazy.
separating many times
This
before they get
much
divorced,
in
that
one
you was-
person's life. Like you couldn't host a full episode of a podcast of the strange things in my life because there's not really that many strange things.
Yeah. It would
I
be
didn't
over
have a
in like 5
stepdad.
minutes.
My fucking parents were married. That was it. My dad died while they were still married. That's it. Like there's no fucking weird thing to go, oh, this family tree. That like my grandparents came or my great grandparents came from Sicily. That's it. That's all you got. Like
But here
I
you got
don't
this
know how you can have this much and she hasn't even
puzzle.
started yet.
Yeah.
This isn't even getting into the bullshit. She's just leading up, telling you all the weird shit that leads to who Erica Kirk is. And then we'll get into the weird stuff.
And it's already mentally tiring. It's fucking tiring keeping track of this shit.
associate divorce with separation. Anyway,
Right?
here's the true timeline. Erica was in Cincinnati, Ohio for daycare in 1992. She attended
Oh
a
my
place called Walnut Corner Children's Center in Cincinnati, Ohio,
Walnut?
located inside of a massive corporate building. Oddly, the filing for that daycare doesn't have a floor number, but I can show you this photo of her at daycare. LOL, by the way, to her being dressed as a little bee and accidentally throwing up some Freemason hand signs. That's just like a nice ad. She looks adorable. Thereafter, she moves to Arizona and she attends a school that they have virtually tried to wipe from public existence. Now, it's very difficult to explain this unless you're in the weeds, but there is another school by the same name that goes on for a little bit longer. But this particular school came to fruition when a man named John T. Goley incorporated Educational Alternatives up in Minnesota. It was called Educational Alternatives Incorporated. Now, John T. Goley was a big guy. He had formerly helped launch Roundup Monsanto, just a little bit of government poisoning you, giving you a bunch of cancer. This time, though, he was pioneering charter schools in America. He teamed up with the Walton family, the Bush family. Yeah, everybody involved in this school that Erica's going to attend. It's interesting. I don't know. Don't you want to go to school where the Bushes, the Waltons, and Monsanto is getting together at school? I don't know. Want to send your kids? Anyways, John T. Goley, and Jeb Bush went on to Good Morning America to announce the project.
One thing though, you know what's positive is that Trump didn't say some bullshit in the State of the Union regarding Erica. Meaning, if he said like, and I don't like the people trying to attack Erica.
I have to go watch that. All I heard all day was how it was the best State of the Union ever. So
it was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I would have become disappointed if he did say that. Like,
yes.
Don't you attack Erica. She's an angel. Everybody that does that is something. You know?
Hopium remains. Hopium
remains.
But
That's
if he would have done that, you would have been like, oh, but he said her name. So you look at her. Dualistic.
Yeah.
Flipped it around.
Dude, it wouldn't even surprise me. And I know this is a long shot. But Candace is with Trump and they have some weird game going on.
I don't think that's that long of a shot at all because I get similar energy from them. Anyway, I don't think that's a long shot that she's in contact with Trump at all. Even
though it looks on the outside that she's trashing Trump, but but so did Elon, and now they're
exactly.
Schools would come to be known as Tesseract schools, named after the children's book A Wrinkle in Time, a story about time travel. The protagonists of that book fly through space and time using a tesseract to rescue their family from evil forces. It's a battle between good and evil using time travel. And it's about to get even more fun because when these powerful families decided to start the Tesseract School in Arizona, they began with a small school in Paradise Valley.
What's the name of the school?
It is that specific school that Erica attended that is
Tesseract?
virtually impossible to come by.
Oh, yeah. Tesseract. Isn't that some shape? Or something?
It is. It's Oh, there's a lot of things involved with it. Let's not get into it.
Many
Let's go.
documents
But
regarding
yes, it's weird
they
that
needed
it's
a
called
space for the
that.
school, and they decided they were going to rent the building that was owned by a Jewish school. Forgive my terrible Hebrew, but the school, I kid you not, was called Gan Yaladim Looking Glass School. It's like, I just love this so much. So Tesseract was put into a looking glass. I just think it's fantastic. I just imagine they thought I was like dropping
So
some
the
clues. I was like, why are they all freaking out about
Tesseract
this?
school was put into a school that was previously called the Looking Glass School. You cannot make this shit up. Oh my God. I didn't even think that this was going to lead to these things. Yes, exactly. The Kabbalah. I didn't think it was going to even lead to these things at all. I thought this was just going to be about some weird shit Erica Kirk was doing. We haven't even gotten into Erica Kirk yet. We're getting into her family history, which is already absolutely insane. We're going to have to do one of these, even if it's just for paid content of every episode she releases, because this is fucking insane.
She is good, man. And man, I'm thinking like anybody watching this that is a right-wing influencer, whatever, if you're still against this, then I just say like Dan Bongino, fuck you, fuck off. I don't want you ever. I turn into Dan Bongino. I don't want you ever talking to me.
Yep.
I don't want to see you
Don't
on my
watch our
timeline.
podcast. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you.
But we are in the right in this one, because what's weird about what she's saying? I mean, there's a bunch of things.
I mean,
weird,
I won't tell anybody that just because maybe you do see something weird. If you do, share it with us. We don't catch everything, but I see nothing about this that justifies anyone calling her a demon.
Evil demon. That's fucking retarded.
About Project Looking Glass. They probably thought I had already known that she went to this Looking Glass school. It was a little elite Looking Glass school down in Arizona. By the way, Tesseract, the school.
Now, for the record, though, Looking Glass is supposedly that they can look into the future and somewhat see. Not exactly, right? But somewhat see.
They can see possibilities of this timeline. But they can change it, allegedly. That's just a possibility of where it's going.
So, if
so it wouldn't be an actual future. It would be, I would say, an AI amalgamation of what the future could be.
Either way, it's
kind of like say you told AI a series of numbers and then asked them what the next number should be. And they would probably get it right based on your pattern. If you had a pattern. Well, say you did the first number was 12, and then the second number was 22 and a half different, and then the next number was 13. And then you did that pattern. If you ask them to predict the probability of the next numbers, they would be able to, and human behavior seems to follow a pattern. So technically, I think AI could look into the future and say, if Looking Glass is whatever it is, I'm just saying it could be an AI thing. They could look in the future and say, this is the highest probability. And if you change this, this, and this, it will adjust that.
Yeah, to make a extreme and simple example, like if you asked AI, like how likely is it that Vince would go and watch Freddie Mercury's concert that is at this date?
Yeah, like in a short, I mean, that's easy. You don't need to be AI to figure that out. But yes,
no, but,
I get what
I'm
you
making
mean.
it simple, you know?
But
like,
so say
99%.
Say make it halfway in between. Say AI had to predict by music that you listened to a band you would like. It can clearly do that. Spotify algorithms do that. YouTube algorithms do that with you watch this, you might like this. Netflix does that. Everything does that. So they can clearly do that. So if you can pick up on human pattern, you can pick up on society as a whole's pattern.
It's like a pattern guessing.
You could see where it's going to go with a great probability, I think.
I have to take a quick leak. Read the comments.
Oh, I'm not going to read. Oh, and I can't play the video. Oh, no. His bladder went out. Let me go back. Once you got the rug, you'll never go bald. I know, man. That's a great fucking head of hair. Maybe this is AI and we're retarded but noticing. That's entirely possible. Wait, everyone didn't have 4 parents? Nah, bro. Sorry. Must be a 70s thing. Huh? You had parents? That's fucking funny. I had a key, Cram. Latchkey fucking kid. Yeah, we all did that. Oh, that was so weird. I looked at the screen and Candace was staring at me and I got all horny. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't get good until 9:45. Kabbalah, yeah, you really can't. I have no idea. Hey, everyone, effing time, right? I don't know what that means, but I like it. It's probably a good reason why Bongino says we don't want you. Yeah, he doesn't want people following him that are, actually going to try to look at things and see the truth and maybe question his fucking thing there. Danny Bongo style. Aura farming. Where were we? Don't read this. I'm reading it, Creme de Creme. Fuck you. Don't read this. Don't tell me what to read and not to read. He can't be respected anymore. I'm assuming you're talking about Bongo Bongino. When Ben Shapiro and Danny Bongos are saying the same thing verbatim, yeah, we getting our Fed shit. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
All right, let's go.
It was exceedingly Jewish in terms of the administration. It was run by Jewish executive directors. The teachers are all Jewish. Obviously, you know me. I'm nosy. I tracked down the yearbooks. I mean, I was working really hard while I was off. And I can show you that Erica was at school. I don't have every year yet, but I do have some years, 1995 to 1996 in first grade, 1996 to 1997 in second grade, and 1997 to 1998, which is her in
Sure,
third
that's
grade.
not Eric.
I got to tell you, I am so glad that I found
Let
it.
me see that. Yeah. It's very possible that it's a dude. Especially if they
And
if
you're
they
not
have
one
weird
for that,
connections.
bro. You're not one for that at all. You hate that shit. So for you to
I
say that,
know.
I respect it. I like it.
I mean, it could be a dude. Literally.
It could be.
If it was called Eric Francis, I would be like, oh, that's a boy.
Yeah.
You know, if I didn't know.
You wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah. It's like, they had haircuts like that before. Yeah.
In 98.
Maybe she just got gum in her hair, bro.
Yeah. But how old is she here?
I don't know. She said
Why
what? Did
shouldn't-
she say second grade, third
Yeah,
grade?
because I see other girls with long hair. Why doesn't she have long hair? That's pretty weird. Why? Right? Usually you
Well,
let
she
your
had
daughters-
long hair in the earlier ones, so something happened there. Go back a little bit. A little bit. Oh, don't go too far. Yeah.
Is that-
Well, yep.
Oh,
First
here.
one. See, long
But
hair.
This looks
And the second one looks like it's still long, but it's put up or back, maybe. It's hard to tell because it's small. Maybe it's short. I don't know. But that's definitely short hair.
In third grade. I
Dudes
gotta tell
don't
you,
like
I am
short
so
hair, by
glad
the
that
way.
I found this Tesseract. I didn't get to time travel with about Project Looking Glass. That's crazy. Meanwhile, they're down in Arizona, like naming their schools. Project Looking Glass, like Looking Glass Tesseract.
What if she's using this as an opportunity to throw out MK
She could
Ultra,
be.
Looking Glass, because everybody's paying attention to this. 2-in-1, exposing Erica and also throwing.
Call me
good
what
shit.
you want, but I'm liking her more and more as this goes on. Before this, I've only ever seen clips. I've never watched a whole episode. And she has dropped bomb after bomb after
And
bomb.
look at her face when we
I
pause.
know, I
She
know
looks
you
very
paused it
confident.
perfectly.
Yeah.
That is the look of I'm right and you're wrong, and this shit's
Right?
coming down on you. That
You can just tell.
I mean, there are actors and actresses, blah blah blah. She had glamour shots with a bunch of people young that I think is weird. But there's also always the chance that maybe she was on that path and then saw some shit and was like, nah, I'm going to do my own thing. There's always that chance. Always. We
All I
can't
know is this.
discount that.
If I have to choose between Erica Kirk and everything I've seen from her or Candace Owens, the choice is very easy for me.
Oh,
If
if I have to
those
choose
two.
between her
So easy.
and Erica Kirk, her and Bongino, her and Cash
Yeah.
Patel, her and Cat Turd, her and fucking all those
Yeah.
other people, it's her, clearly.
It's easy.
But
Easy,
Put them in the
easy.
is that how they want it to be?
Only time will tell.
Exactly. Once she starts drawing us into 15-minute cities, then we'll be worried.
Yeah.
I just love that. It was like an accidental troll.
What was that?
Well, Project Looking Glass, that's crazy. Meanwhile, they're down in Arizona, like naming their schools. Project Looking Glass, like Looking Glass, Tesseract. Put them in the school. I just love that. It was like an accidental troll. But what is very exciting about finding her at this school is that it unlocked a lot of important things that needed to be known about Erica's life and her connections. I mean, wow. Speaking to people who went to that school, the one in Paradise Valley, to be very clear, there's other Tesseracts. It got shut down. The one I'm talking about got shut down in the year 2000. And then other schools, because they had other schools, kept going. They changed ownership. But this one was there for a very small amount of time. I'm looking at the yearbooks, and there are some interesting players involved in this school that kind of went down for fraud, just robbing the piggy bank. It's like a recurring theme. We're going to stop here, though, for today, because that's a lot. I've given you a lot today to
This was just a
digest,
teaser.
and we should probably get to comments. It's just a lot, guys. There's a lot going on with that Tesseract school. We'll be back after.
She had like 92 fucking super chats before she ever even went live.
Good.
And some of them are just like emojis and stuff. Like, you paid a super chat just to put a fucking emoji in there? Come on.
Why would you do that?
Because they want it to be seen in the highlighted thing, and it's cool. That's literally why. And because there were 70,000 people waiting and watching, and they know that if they pay that, 70,000 people are going to see what they did. That's all they care about.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's retarded.
USA.com/Candace.
I
The
want
more
to put a
far
super
scandal.
chat.
I see you guys
Be
in the
like,
chat.
hey,
Why
do
is
you
it so
believe
fun
in
to say?
flat
Also,
Earth?
why aren't
Right. For the next one. Whatever that is.
If she reads all of them, I 100% will. I'm not going to like pay $20 just to get her to read it. But if she
Yeah, she's
reads
like,
all the
"Thank you,
super
Ted
chats,
Logan."
I will fucking pay for sure to say, hey, what do you think about flat Earth?
Yeah.
I will
But if
do
she's
it.
like, thank you, Ted Logan, for the $20.
And just that's it.
You're like,
Oh,
fuck
then
you.
I'll do a video about it after and get a
Yeah.
bunch of views. So it's all good.
we doing that?
I'll get my
So,
$20
like, we should
back.
be saying that. We want to say that now. I want to adopt that. I want to say that's my farfar. That's my more far. Like, that just makes sense. I hate having to explain that's my mother's
It
fault. It's like, why
does.
can't we just call my farfar? That's my farfar.
I completely agree with that. And when it was saying it before, I was like, that makes way more sense than how we do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because like I said, I mean, if you wanted to be proper, you could say my paternal grandmother or my maternal grandmother, but nobody does that. They say my grandmother, and then like, oh, I don't know if that's your mom's side or your dad's side, but Marmar and Farfar or Marfar and Farmar make
Farmar.
total sense.
Far more, yeah.
Couldn't be, oh, whatever it is. I don't know. Bro,
Farmar.
I'll say what I want. Made up my own language right here in real time.
Farmar.
That's my more far. Anyways, you guys
More
are
far.
killing it over there in Sweden. That was fantastic.
Far
more.
more.
Far.
Far
Far
more?
away. More
So is
far
there a
away.
far more?
Far
Your father's
more.
mother?
Yeah, far more. That means your father's mother, yeah.
Yeah,
Far
you know what
more.
far more means in English? A lot more.
Yeah, more far. No, far more.
Fantastic. And I loved that tidbit. That was like a journey. I'm like, what? You can't just say that. You can't just call him. You can't call your more far if he's your far. I get it.
We need to go more far, man.
I'm Swedish now. I'm into the
Hey, maybe we
culture.
go more far down the
okay,
road,
by
you
the
know?
way, do you think they have the looking glass? Like, I'm just wondering. Why were they spazzing out about it? And I look at this. Why are Jewish people naming their schools Looking Glass? I'm just wondering. It's just like creative and fun to call a school of a Looking Glass. I'm just saying. Just have some questions.
point.
I mean, listen. Just by this episode, all of those motherfuckers looks like fools. They all look like fools now. Evil, demonic, evil. You
Yeah.
look like fucking clowns. Clowns.
Asking questions while it's still legal. And it's not going to be legal for long. Okay, Jenny writes in the comment section, you are loved and supported by many. Christ is king. Thank you. I keep going because it's important that we get to the bottom of what is going on in this world. It is so crazy what they are trying to do. It's like day in and day out. It's a psychological operation on the masses.
Okay.
Like, you're awful, you're terrible, you're demonic. I mean, it was like exceptional yesterday. I was like, I haven't even said anything. We dropped a trailer. Why are we not allowed to know anything?
After I have this on regular speed, she's talking about them calling her a demon.
Yeah.
about Erica's, I mean, day in and day out, it's a psychological of what is going on in this world. It is so crazy what they are trying to do. It's like day in and day out, it's a psychological operation on the masses. Like, you're awful, you're terrible, you're demonic. I mean, it was like exceptional yesterday. I was like, I haven't even said anything. We dropped a trailer. Why are we not allowed to know anything about Erica?
Quickly, right? My whole feed was that shit. She's evil,
Yeah.
she's evil, demonic, demonic. Was it for you too?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And I'm like,
How dumb
oh,
is
I
that?
gotta watch this. That's why I'm like, maybe, maybe that she had 71,000 people waiting before the stream started.
How many of them was the hat people?
70,000. All of Israel was watching.
Yeah. But it's crazy. The whole feed, the whole timeline was full of them calling her demon.
Erica's life. Who got harmed learning that Erica went to a Tesseract school? Who was harmed in the making by learning these facts? It's just true.
Exactly.
I didn't accuse her of killing Charlie Kirk. I'm telling you who this person is because she's at the helm of this company. It might be relevant to know whether or not she's telling us the truth about her background at all. And thus far, and as we get further into the story, you will see that she's not, or she's misremembering. I don't know. I'm not going to assign any maliciousness into her very many mistakes about her background.
A demon would.
Stars333 writes, I missed you. Girl, it's been a long week without you. Got my Candace cup full and ready for this banger of a series. Go Max. Thank you so much. Blue Appetite writes, we all want a friend like Candace. When Ish hits the fan, Charlie deserves the truth to be found out. And we all know you're doing everything in your power.
A quick question. If you were Charlie and you're dead, but you could see from the other side, see what your wife is doing, meaning Erica, wouldn't you want somebody like Candace to expose that fucking bitch? Right?
Yeah.
Fucking bitch. You
Especially
never loved me?
because don't anyone forget, she used to work for TPUSA. Her and Charlie Kirk were legitimately friends. So look at
Candace,
it
you were
as
saying. Yeah.
yes. So look at it as something. You got assassinated in public. Our podcast gets huge. You got assassinated in public. And then your wife started acting weird. Not saying she would. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would feel obligated.
Yeah.
Even
That
if I
bitch
looked
don't
like a
love him.
fool in the end, to fucking put a light on the weird shit and at least someone prove me wrong. Which, if you remember in the beginning, it's exactly what she was saying. Like, I want to be wrong. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Show me I'm wrong. Point out what's untrue here. Asking TPUSA to come forward and if I'm lying, sue me. If I'm lying, share the text and show the truth. And they wouldn't do any of it.
And did they fire her from that shit?
No, she was gone before that. I don't remember. I'm not hip enough on the story to know why she left. Because I know there was a bunch of controversy about it. But this was someone who was her friend. She's not just someone who's picking up this. I mean, she might be doing it to get views. I'm just saying, she's not a stranger who's just picking it up to get views like we are right now, you know?
She deserves the views. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
To get there. Go Max, Candace. The thing about the Zionists, they always are forecasting something. Why are you freaking out about an investigative series if your whole premise is she's just an innocent grieving widow? Don't you appreciate how stupid you look? You're basically saying she's not a grieving widow. Obviously she's not, because if you investigate her, you're going to find something. Like, are you guys just not smart? Like, you should be like, oh, interesting. Well, she's great. So what are you going to investigate? No, they're like, Pray for Erica. Someone's looking into her background. Pray. Oh, she will need your prayers. Her children need your prayers. They were doing that. Pray for her children. Why? Because she's at the office the whole time? Like, what was that? What was that freak out panic? When have we ever done anything to the children at all? Ever said anything? Of course, we want the children to be great. You should not be praying for the children because an investigative series is coming out about their mother who has chosen to be the CEO in her husband's stead. That's a decision that was made. Okay? So here we are. You want to be in the realm of politics. You want to be here. You want to be telling people who to vote for the future president of the United States in 2028. As you come out to Sparklers, okay, well then put on your big girl pants. You don't get to play the role of a grieving widow when people want to know who you are, especially when you're telling lies. How about that? Can we just go back to a little bit of common sense? No, they have money. They got crazy money. They got casino money, I guess. Let me stop. I should probably get off air. Crypto writes, go Sweden. Yes, I loved all of the Swedish flags in the chat. That was fun. KPKP writes, my kids ran around the house screaming. We are listening to Candace. I just reflected at how happy I am to hear that on so many levels. Thank you, Candace, from my humble family to yours. We love you and your crew. Thank you so much. I love you guys too. And I love hearing that the kids are watching the show. I hope I always keep it family friendly. Look, I brought up a children's book today, Wrinkle in Time. I'm family friendly. There we go. Colleen Dolan says, tell me they were allegedly involved without telling me. Trump inviting Erica to the State of the Union. Everything is fake and gay. Well, that was offered to us as an excuse as to why she could not answer. First we gave her 10, then we reduced it to 4 questions for today's episode. And they were not like exactly cumbersome questions. It was basic questions. Why, if you grew up with a single mom, did you pursue your Swedish citizenship? Is your mother actually married to Larry? Is it a real marriage, or did she just use his last name? Like, just trying to be a little bit more precise, but we will just have to take her in terms of what she said. And we offered those other questions. Hopefully she will have them in time for tomorrow, those answers. Fergie writes, in my 10 to 11 years of experience in this fight, those who tell you that you are spreading disinformation and then they tell you that you hate are the exact ones that you should be following and that are over the target. Those who tell you that you are spreading disinformation and then tell you that you should hate them are the exact ones to follow, and they're telling you that you're over the target. Brittany Watson writes, yes, our investigative journalist, crime-fighting superhero is back. Kudos to you, Candace. You have the whole world watching, praying for you and your team's safety. Christ is king. Yeah, crazy. I've never seen it in politics. I'm not being funny. I've never seen it in politics. As ugly as it's been, have I ever seen people posting infant children because they're upset over a trail? That's crazy, okay? I can't stand Ben Shapiro, but I would never, ever, ever direct any person to post his kids, his family, to go after his team. Like, they're working for.
And you're probably the same. Can't stand that fucking chipmunk, but would not wish harm on him or his family.
Him, like, it's a job. Exactly. Oh my God, he wants to do content on kids. What am I gonna?
Not even Rosie O'Donnell.
Blame them. It's so beyond anything I've ever seen, and fine, like I'm happy because it's just that's gonna be gas in the tank. I promise you that. We'll go all year. We'll just be like, this is a never-ending series. This is the song that never ends. It just goes on and on. My friend, where my 90s kids at? Where my 90s kids at? That's us.
She's
we know
cooking.
What that is. We know what that's about. If you don't know what that's about, I'm sorry you weren't a 90s kid. You're on the outside of that one. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I know what's up.
Oh, was that it?
Damn.
Okay. Dude, that was awesome. Hold on, let's go back to the other screen.
And she didn't even get into it yet. And she definitely didn't read all the super chats. So I don't know. We have to go back and try to remember one she found or she read and see how much they paid. And then I will double that and say Flat Earth. But I'll do it from the phone booth podcast account. And then she has to say the name and then read that.
This is what I'm thinking, though. Maybe she just, picks out whichever she wants to read because she doesn't need your money, super chat wise. So even if you, put $500.
If I say something real nice first, like that person did, like, oh, my children are watching. We love you so much. By the way, what do you think about Flat Earth?
If she doesn't want to answer it, she won't.
It's worth a try.
This is what my opinion of her is. She's a high resolution mind, and that just means an intelligent mind. I talked with Maya about this, and she's like, we were talking about what dumbness is. She's like, that's basically a mind that is on low resolution. They can't make up, like they can't connect the dots. That's why they become dumb. But an intelligent person has a high resolution, sees things way clearer. She is a high resolution mind. That's for sure. She's very,
absolutely
intelligent.
She's also not tough to look at, so that makes it easier, I think, for her.
Yeah, so briefly, what do you think is going on with these right-wingers right now?
I know exactly what's going on with them. Well, first, they got paid, the ones who were saying it. The ones who are watching this, I think it's going to be an interesting couple days because I'm hoping that some of them say, I watched it and it wasn't as bad as you guys made it out to be. She made some good points. I'm hoping we see that. If
That's
they
their
double
only way for
down,
redemption. Yeah.
if they double down and they start, like, people continue to say she was a demon because of this,
then you're fucked.
Either you
You're
didn't
screwed.
watch it or you just have already made up your mind about her and you're not looking at things objectively. So it's either way, you're fucking retarded. So
are you saying there is a way for them to regain some?
Oh, no, not the people who called her a demon and fucking attacked her. I mean, actually, maybe yes, because to go on that front and then pull a 180 would be
but
showing humility. Let's put it that way.
Sure, but it could also be a strategy.
It could be.
Shit,
But
we
what
need
I
to
mean
save
is,
face.
so the people who follow Bongino, if they start saying in the comments, I watched it and it wasn't that crazy, like, those are the people I'm talking about. If everyone under Bongino's next thing he says, if Bongino does something, or whoever, I'm just using him as the example because we watched him.
Yeah.
If he goes on and says, I had people send me some clips, he's going to say, I couldn't even watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
But people send me some clips and I think it's disgusting. Like, if he goes down that route and people support him, that means they're just going to
garbage.
support whatever he says. They didn't
Their
watch
hive
it
mind.
themselves. Exactly. I'm hoping that this causes a rift between those people, honestly. And
Yeah.
some of them say, even if you don't support her, I don't give a fuck if you support her. I'm just saying there was nothing in this that justifies them calling her a demon, period. So if you can't look at that objectively and you just still go with that she's a demon after the first segment was aired, you're just a hive-minded retard, and we will know immediately.
And you're just on the right. You're an NPC on the right.
Yeah.
Following the script on the right. But I will go and say this even. She looks like the angel, if there is an angel. To me, she looks like the angel, and all those motherfuckers looks like the demon now.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Straight up. You guys look like the demons.
All she's doing is pointing out facts and asking questions and pointing out what we would all think is weird. She's saying what all of us would think if we looked at this evidence. If you showed me that this document doesn't match that document, I would say, that's weird. Are they hiding something? I want to know more. That's what she said. Like, that's all she's doing. So again, this is the first episode I've ever watched of hers, but I feel everything she said was solid and justifiable and questions that should be asked. I don't think she leaned anywhere that was, like, in the realm of weird, unless she said, that's just a note. I mean, that's just that, blah, blah, blah.
And
she covered it.
If she's wrong on some of these points, then you would expect Erica to clear it up.
Yes.
But if she doesn't clear it up, then we're going to assume that Candace was right then, right?
Exactly.
So, what's up? So, I can't wait until we get into the clips of how everything, happened, transpired.
Yep.
Like when she came on the podcast a few days after being all happy and all that shit. And God knows what else Candace will have that we haven't
I
seen.
honestly can't wait to see part 2. Can't wait for the next one and all this.
I don't know
it's
when
gonna be great.
I don't know if it's
Who
a
knows?
weekly thing.
Maybe next week. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing. And I just want to say this before we read some of the chat before we leave.
Yep.
Is I love how much attention those demons brought to this. It's very beautiful.
Me too.
Very beautiful.
Also, I already read a lot of the chat, but you can go back and read some. I read all the poignant things that were what we were talking about at that point. But yeah, you can go back because we want everyone to feel special, or at least pull it up on the screen and scroll through it and let everyone see that there was people here commenting and get their shit up on the screen. Not to read every single one, but you can pull it up and go through because some of them are back and forth to each other. They're not, about the stream and all that, which we love. I'm just saying. How do I do this?
I do like this. Can I make this bigger?
I don't know. I wish you could crop screens.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
Okay.
So what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? La, 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 la. Super chat is money laundering, my dudes. Look at Fuentes. Never trusted that guy. I never trusted that guy. Never liked listening to him. Always thought it was shady. Flame her for screening your super chat. It is. Look, book deals. I can see that. Donations, crap. Today my feed was about the CME halting silver trades. What the fuck is that?
Good. I
What
don't
is
know,
that?
but I like it. Anything to make silver more fucking, we'll get into that again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that again.
That mass formation. Oh, yeah.
That
Psychosis. Something.
Yep.
Yeah. Unusual whales. Fuck is that? I catch notification. They cover majority. Oh. Crypto. Scare. What do you guys think about what you guys saw? I don't know why you're talking about crypto.
I know. I know. Nobody's even talking about what was going on in the video.
Are you?
I want to know what y'all think about that.
Yeah, are you on the right live stream? Did you think this was a
right
crypto?
One?
Yeah, crypto live stream. Are you guys retarded? Just asking for a friend. What's up,
You
Blue?
never know.
I'm dreaming of Summeroy, an island where time does not exist.
I like it.
Fuck does that mean? What do you mean? Don't you grow old in that place?
Well, yeah, I think if she's talking about what I think she's talking about, there's this island where they like just don't use clocks because it's one of those places where it's light for a long time and black for a long time, and people are having breakfast at 5 a.m. or 2 a.m. or what, like they just go by their thing. But yeah, I think that's awesome too.
The right wingers are collaborating now with their handlers to figure out how to respond in unison. But community is important.
What do we say now that it wasn't all fucked up? What do we do?
Yeah, what do they do?
Tomorrow's going to be fun. I'm actually going to check out what Bongino posts tomorrow for the first time in my life.
Remember, if you want to input something into my crazy clip, message me later what you want, like in that clip. In the tranny clip or whatever I'm going to be.
Racist clip.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to call the demons racist.
Yeah. You're going to be like, why is everybody picking on Candace? It's because they hate black people.
Oh, I should pour fake tears on my...
And have tissues.
Tissues.
You need tissues.
Fuck, I haven't done that song yet.
You need tissues.
Damn. Maybe I can try to make the tissue song for the next episode.
I was gonna say, that'd be good.
There's a week.
Potentially.
Community is important to have. The hermit life would suck. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but the problem with community is when you become this hive mind. So how do you solve that? You have to have a community of truth where people call each other out.
What you have to do is do exactly what we do at Phone Booth Productions.
Yeah,
is tell everyone from the beginning that no hurt feelings. You can't have hurt feelings. We got to tell you what's real. You can't fucking be like that.
Because if you don't have an environment like that, later down the line, down the road, you could be infiltrated by a fake motherfucker like Erica Kirk. And if you don't have the environment of calling shit out and being raw, they can flourish in that environment. But
if you don't have tissues, you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly. Cat turd is kind of fucked. Assets being pulled soon. The fuck does that mean? Soon.
I don't know.
Soon, you mean, maybe.
Probably.
Didn't get hit with Hurricane Helena. All she said was facts. She didn't cherry pick. I didn't know the Abbas and Kabbalah and the whole fucking Looking Glass school and the Terra Stack or whatever the fuck it's called.
Tesseract.
Tesseract, yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Yeah. Candace can just stay with her facts and she'll not have to say a word. Otherwise, we're multitasking. Yeah, we're all over the place. The
ADHD chat.
ADHD chat. I didn't talk once about the crypto. The right kind of retarded. Yes, this exposed that the right also has NPCs and lefty type of people in it.
We all need to know that. Pay attention to that.
People hang their watches on the bridge leading into it. Okay, on the timeless island. Yeah. I'm not into time. It's called family. We have families in the West, not communities. That's hippie shit.
Hippie shit.
It's going to get wild. Just focus on the quality of life. Easy shift. Why don't y'all liquidate assets and buy an island?
Assets.
Somewhere? What do you think we're...
You're funny. Assets.
What do you think? We're Epstein or something? Hermit Island. Yes. Yeah. So, hey, this is great. So we got to try. I mean, we should try to keep up with this. If it's
we should.
every week.
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to have to put off guests for a while and dive into this every week.
Well,
sometimes
that's what has to happen, you know?
Yep.
Sometimes.
I'm okay with it. It's
Listen,
easier on me.
Yeah, we have to change, you know? We have to switch it up. Can't have guests all
Every
the time.
Switch it up. I know,
Yeah.
it's tiring. So don't forget to go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com where you got all the podcasts. It's plenty there. It's free. There's plenty of free shit. $5 a month. You get access to all the other stuff. That's way less than Netflix and nowhere near as gay. Just a little bit gay. Nowhere near as the rest. You got a bunch of podcasts there. I'm not going to list them all again. Don't forget to check out our merch store also. We got a lot of great shit there. What the fuck, Vince? Where'd the music go, bro?
It's because it's fucking with my steering. I can't steer it.
You can't steer.
It locks it up.
I got it. All right, check out the merch store.
I can't even scroll.
I don't know if you can.
Okay. If I do it like this.
Scroll. We got a lot of good shit there. Yes, join us. We stay fun stuff in the chat. Those are back there. Check it all out. Buy the Fagman shirt. You know the deal. 5 people now have said, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get my free shirt." No one's fucking done it. Nobody will even buy it for a free shirt. You lazy motherfucking bastards. I can't even believe it. If it wasn't my own shit, I'd be doing it just to be funny and get the other shirt I wanted. Some of y'all are lazy motherfuckers. All right, and then don't forget to go to canambullion.com to get your gold, silver, and platinum. Oh, look, it's gone up today. It always goes up and down, but the historical trend is up. Get it, Vince? Drop that. Oh, I have to drop that screen down. They'll send it to you in your house, a very discreet package, and it's the real shit right here in your hand. Real silver shit you hold in your hand, not something they give you a paper and say it's cool. Check them out.
Peace.